everybody. Welcome. It is Friday night on Saving Throw Show, and so that means we are running some Wildcards. So welcome. Welcome to Wildcards, which is our Deadlands Reloaded jaunt through the weird and wild places in the Weird West. We'll be using the Savage World system, and thank you for being here. My name is Jordan caves-callarman, and I am the marshal around these parts, hence the badge. And I've got this fine table of players here. Let's meet them, why not? So, guys, we're gonna start, same as always. You're gonna give us your name, your character's name, and then I would like to know not who is the love of your life, but what is the love of your life?
What?
What, not who, is the love of your life. But really quick, before we do that, we got some donations and things before the show began. So thank you to BSB Care, Shimmickson, Bandana Girl,
And
Peter Buxton, thank you for the sub,
Yeah.
and Bandana Girl again. Thank you. So I will update that here. We'll get to why we're still doing this here in a bit. But why don't we start with Gaurav?
Whoa!
We're in the middle.
You can't do that. Now I'm gonna be nervous every time.
I know.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that. Hi, I'm Gaurav, and I'm going to be playing Howell Melton, a consummate gentleman.
Frontier gentleman.
Frontier gentleman.
Frontier psychiatrist.
What does he love? Not who.
We know Ludi is the love of Hal's life. The reason I ask what is because most of you already have a love of your life established. However, I will say, James Bogue does not get a what. James Bogue gets a who. So be prepared for that, Dom. But you get a what. Because Ludi's the love of your life.
Does she get like a why and he gets a where?
No, they get a what.
A how?
Yeah, how?
How does one love?
I'm not made of W questions here, guys.
Okay, what do I love? When I was living on my ranch, before I got burned down, my life got turned twist upside down. I loved working on the crops on a nice, beautiful, breezy, sunny day. Just all day, just working out there all day and then coming home to supper. Just a nice, fresh cooked meal from my wife.
Who's the love of your life?
Who's the love of my life?
So you liked Hal Melton. You liked just the simple things in life.
Yeah. I don't need guns or trains or ghost men. I don't need any of that.
You'll take just a good day.
It's a good old simple day.
All right.
And a pack of cigarettes.
Okay. And let's jump right across to you.
Of course you did. Hi, my name is Meghan Caves, and I play Rosaline Byrne. And I would say, I don't think Rosaline knows what it is. I think she thinks she does.
Oh.
I think she thinks it's pulling one over on somebody, like winning, basically. But I think as she grows and matures, she will actually discover it is something else entirely that is not so focused on others. It's, something a bit more simple.
Because true love comes from within. All right. So
DJ
Regular, thank you very much for the donation.
For the tip.
All right, so just by logical extension, we'll jump across to Dom.
Classic zigzag order.
Hi, I'm playing James Bogue.
And your name is Dom Zook also.
It says that.
That's
in there.
important.
It says that in
But
there.
I want you to say it. I want it because it means something.
Aw.
It does.
Aw.
My name is Dom Zook, and I play James Bogue. I have to have a who?
Yeah, you have to have a who. If you need a second, I can stop there and jump across the table.
Do that. No, put him on the spot.
All
Let's
is
hear it.
chaos tonight.
I don't know the answer to this one.
There's no shame in jumping across the table.
Howell Melton.
Aww.
No, I'm just
I
kidding.
feel like it's probably the Baron, right? I mean, he's what gives your life purpose.
It's true.
Uh-oh.
It's true.
Dark and twisted?
This is like Batman Joker shit going on.
Yeah, kind of a little bit. He's just a shade of who I am.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Esther Wynn.
Really?
Esther Wynn is the love of his life. However, it is a love he knows he can never fulfill.
Because she's not interested.
Yep.
Jeez.
No, that's not why. Interesting. I'm going to make a note of that.
It's like the popcorn gypsy all over again.
You realize he keeps doing this. I'm going to stop giving him stuff.
Yeah.
He's gonna use it. no matter what
He's just
you
going to
do.
start asking us a bit before shows, like, okay, give me your fondest memory. And we're like, no.
You can't
Come on,
have-
guys, you have to do
Come
something.
on, guys. Tonight's session is entirely based on you guys telling me your fondest memories, so can we just hear those? And then last but not least, over here.
Hi, I'm Jordan Pritchett, and I'm playing Gabriel Pryor, who is used to be a con man preacher, but now is confused, mostly. Yeah,
That's what he writes under profession on all the forms he fills out.
Sort of confused. And I think what Gabe loves the most, I mean, obviously Rose is the love of his life, but I think the thing he loves most is, even though, there's a phrase like, I love it when a plan comes together, and I think he does like to plan things out and do stuff, but I think when he really feels alive is when things go wrong and he just has to, improvise and, roll with it and come up with new ideas on the fly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like those answers, guys. Thanks so much for giving them to me.
I think you know what that means.
Well, and at that sound, that's a great segue into.
Can
hi
they
guys.
hear that?
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
If you can't, there's a new sound that'll be playing tonight. If you every now and then feel like you catch the slightest whiff of someone going, all right. That's because that's what we're hearing here in the studio. So I hope you can enjoy it along with us. We here at Saving Throw are an independent channel. What does that mean? We're an independent channel. Did we declare our independence? No.
Independent?
We exist on our own. We do not have the backing of a larger company or a movie studio or anything like that. It's just us. I mean, we got Zook Media, but that's dumb.
It's fake.
Well, no, it was very real.
That's a shell company.
Fake.
I say that so, if you are enjoying the show, if you're having a good time, if you want to support us and you want us to continue doing all of the awesome RPG shows that we run throughout the week, throughout the year, every month, every week, every day, except for Saturdays sometimes, then feel free to tip during the show. Not only does it show us here at the table that you're enjoying what we're doing, but it shows us here in a larger sense at Saving Throw that you enjoy what we are doing and you are being entertained, and we can continue to bring that entertainment to you. As a fun side effect of your tips, all cash tips go towards unlocking certain in-game events. You can get a look at those by hitting !unlocks in chat.
Jordan's up there.
Oh, you guys looking at me? Okay.
Go ahead, keep talking.
And you can also enter !tips in order to tip in chat. And we are already blowing through a fair few of those reward tiers, which we will get to here in a bit. Also, you guys can use gold, which is the free currency you earn during any one of our Saving Throw broadcasts. This is making me uncomfortable because no one's actually looking at me.
We are.
Yeah.
They should be.
The chat is.
But you can use that. 500 gold will get you a toast. You can make us toast to whatever it is you want us to, provided you are not a jerk about it. No one has been so far, and I hope that trend will continue. After those first 5 gold toasts are redeemed, we will start doing cash toasts, some of which have already been unlocked. The first one was $5 and then 10. I believe we are currently at $15 for a cash toast, and it goes on from there, adding 5 to each one. And then from there, we still do not have someone to run the technical end of things right now on Friday night. So yet again, just like we did last week, Dom and I will be handling that. So bear with us if your toasts or tips or whatnot come in and we do not get right to it immediately. That's because Dom and I are doing that while we're playing. So, cut us some slack, guys. Is there anything that they need to know about toasts?
No. So if you are toasting, or if you toast, that's going to be going to Jordan, and he will get that. And you already mentioned, I believe, that after 5 redemptions of gold toasts.
Those have been redeemed. Lock gold toasts, please.
Oh, they have?
They have all the gold toasts have been redeemed.
Wow.
And Jay Matthews,
Lock 'em down.
Oh, thank you, Jay Matthews.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, I think we missed one.
All right, well, we got a
That-
6.
Oh,
That's
that
fine.
one.
Six.
If you sneak it in there, then that's your win.
Okay, they are locked now.
Bank error in your favor.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Collect toast.
Thank you, Gunslinger.
Andy. Thank you very much.
And
Thank
DJ
you.
Matthews and DJ Regular. Anyway, gold toasts are now locked. Other toasts, if you do a cash toast, please send those to BSB Care. They're locked. I think it's just catching up
Just
now.
good to go.
All right.
And if you are subbing or resubbing and you want to give a reroll to someone, also send that to BSB Care or one of our mods, and they will whisper it to me. I am not able to see chat tonight, so just whisper. If you've got something that needs to happen at the table, please whisper it to a mod, and they will whisper it to me.
Yeah.
And
If you need a question answered, we don't have an official Saving Throw representative in chat. So pick a mod that really just kind of you're vibing with.
Yeah.
And ask them your questions. Good. We're covered there.
Yeah. No,
and-
that's legal. That's legal. You legally covered now.
It is
Oh,
legally covered.
Yeah.
And you know what that means? After we've legally covered all of our bases,
What?
It's time to saddle up.
Oh.
Right.
Howdy, y'all, and welcome. All right, why don't we get started with some fate chips?
All right.
So, last session, the legend chip was put into the Hat of Fate.
And
the
you
legend
drew
chip,
it.
I did draw it, but
It was a classic situation.
As expected.
But marshals cannot draw a legend chip and make use of it, so I put it back in the hat. It was not drawn the entire session, which means it is still in there. It is still up for grabs. And as such, I will be rolling to see which one of you starts with your fate chip pulls, and then we will go clockwise from that position, which is not going to make any sense based on the way we are set up on the screens. But it will make sense here at the table, and that
You'll
is
have
just
to
to make
trust
it more fair for Mr. Lucky over here, who can draw 5 fate chips. So let me just give it a little bit of a shake, and let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Starting with 1, so we're gonna go that way.
Okay.
All right, 3 fate chips for James Bogue.
Get it.
And if you guys want an explanation of what the fate chips do, there's a card that'll be sliding by beneath me.
3 white
Three
chips.
white.
3 white.
That's, yep.
Fate chips so white.
All right, 5 fate chips for
All right.
the person
Get it.
with the luck
Get it,
and
get it,
great
get
luck
it.
Got a pretty
edge.
good chance
Alright,
of getting
does this
that
feel
legendary one.
Does it feel green? Oh.
Feels a little green.
Oh.
All right. Nope. I got a blue,
Damn it.
2 reds, and 2 whites.
All right,
Oh, now you have a really good chance.
3 for Miss Rosaline Byrne.
Come on, Rose.
No.
Come
All right,
on,
all right,
Rose.
all right. Oh, I got 2 red and a blue. You see it in my...
All right. This
3
is,
for
this is
Hal
you.
Melton.
You have to get it.
I have the best chance.
I
have to
think
get it.
you're not going to get it, and he's going to draw it.
Yeah.
Come on, have some faith. 1 white.
Whoa!
Oh, he's doing it the drama way.
2 white. 3.
Wait.
Oh my God!
Once again,
Swear to God, if you draw that
the
stupid
legend chip
fate chip-
remains in
All right,
the
let's-
hat. All right, I
let's
get
do this, Marshall.
I get
Chat,
one for
we
each of you.
know.
Oh, don't worry, guys. I just got 3 whites and a red. So the hat continues to hold the legend chip. Also, you guys still have 2 tokens of plot armor on the table. You can use one of those at any point to reduce the severity of a wound, and the cursed Spanish amulet remains in play. At any point, you guys can break this in half to get an insanely lucky break, but at 2 points in the future, bad guys will each get a lucky break.
We're going to break that
Use
this
it wisely.
season.
Thank you again, Bandana Girls.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Super cool.
And then cursed Spanish gold, real quick. Let's do a count. How many pieces of cursed Spanish gold does everybody have?
I have 3.
I had 1.
1 for Gabriel Pryor. 3 for Rosaline Byrne.
I had 5.
5
Wow.
Had a
for
pretty good time that season
Howlin'
premiere.
Howell Melton.
Thank you, chat.
James Bogue?
I had 0.
0.
Oh.
And I had 3.
I'll share mine, buddy.
I used all of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But guys, we've unlocked some stuff.
Well, actually, that's not 100% true because Peter Buxton, with their sub, gives me a reroll.
So there's a reroll, a cursed Spanish gold reroll for James Bogue. Thank you very much, Peter Buxton.
Yeah.
And good news tonight, guys.
Thank you.
The $25 level tier has been unlocked, and that one is called First One's Free. So that means the first cursed Spanish gold that you guys spend tonight does not go to me. It is just a free reroll. First
Yay.
one's free.
Yay.
Thank you very much,
Nice.
all
That's
of you in
awesome.
chat. We also have
Yeah.
a draw. All right, and we have this cool new draw box that Jordan Pritchett got for us, so we'll be using that. But let's see. Same numbers, 1, 2, 3, and 4. James Bogue.
Oh, lucky James Bogue.
Everything's coming up, Bogue.
Draw.
Get on the Bogue train.
Payback.
Oh.
This is for my father. Play on an opposing. Are we meeting with Baron today? Because this would be great.
I wasn't planning on it, but
Play on
keep
an
reading.
opposing wild card. Your attacks and damage against him are made at +2 for the duration of the scene.
Whoa.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Interesting.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
We also have a fistful of cursed Spanish gold available for the table, so that's 3 pieces that have been unlocked. I'll put those right there. Awesome. Thank you very much, guys. But that's not all. We've also unlocked another tier called a means of conveyance that I will not tell you what that means right now.
All right, that's ominous.
And
Right.
we got another draw.
Ooh,
We got one of them other
the
draws.
double draw.
Hal Melton.
Ooh.
Draw.
All right.
It's so satisfying to open that Velcro lid every time.
Makes a little noise.
This one's called Spurred On. Ride hard and we should make it by sundown. The character's travel distance is doubled for a day, or one character gains double pace for 1 round. That's kind of really good for this session.
Really good.
Interesting.
And thank you, Bandana Girl.
Thank you very much, Bandana Girl.
Thank you, Bandana Girl. Thank you so much.
All right.
Spurred on.
I will add that in here, and I think that was going to be it, but that's not it anymore.
That's 4 of us.
That's not.
Yeah.
And an
Which
extra
one's
horse.
yours? Which one's yours?
We just unlocked another fistful of cursed Spanish gold for the table. So that's 6 pieces altogether. Thank you guys very much, you mysterious strangers in chat.
Thank you,
Thank you so much, everybody.
Nice, Steve.
And nice, Steve. Wow, thank you very much. Okay, and that means that we have also unlocked another tier.
Just keep going so Jordan can never start
I'm
this game.
excited. Don't laugh at me.
He'll never be able to start this game.
And
laughing at me.
those of you who, you know what? I'm not going to say the name of this one because you guys might know what it means.
Oh.
You guys here at the table.
Maybe you should say it, Marshall.
Yeah, I'll back you up.
Oh,
Rocks fall, everyone dies?
my gun is small.
I know what that means. I know what that means.
No, that's not the name of the tier. I'm just saying that. That's my counter offer to you guys.
Wow, okay.
Oh, right. He can kill us with his will.
And let's do some toast, guys.
Oh, yeah.
right.
Everyone raise your bottles. We got a whole big batch of them to get started with here. So
do
let's
it.
start at the beginning. We've got
Just cheers with each other.
or just and I'll just do straight up.
Yeah.
And keep them up because we got a lot to work through. Here we go. From Shimmickson. Prost to James Bogue replacing Batman as the Dark Knight we need right now.
Prost
to James Bogue replacing Batman as the Dark Knight we need right now. Set him up and knock him down. All right. From Vampire 54 to the newest HBO show.
To the newest HBO show.
I like that.
Set him up and knock him down. Thank you, Vampire 54.
Especially since Westworld is not coming back for a long while.
Yeah, so we're the best you got.
Westworld.
Bastion Fills. My glance is far, my reach is long, and my ballad is a murderin' song.
Yes!
My glance is far, my reach is long, and my ballad is a murderin'
I
song. Set
listened
him
to
up,
that like
knock him down.
6 times today, incidentally.
She did. From Courtra. Would you like to accept a collect call from, "Hi Mom, it's me, I'm in jail, send money please"? Would you like to collect call from, "Hi Mom, it's me, I'm in jail, I need money please"?
Please.
Set him up, knock him down. Those long ones are hard. Thank you very much, Courtra. From CMF Pirncuff. CMF Pirncuff. To the prophet, the liar, the honest, the leader, the pariah.
I like that.
To the prophet, the liar, the honest, the leader, the pariah. Set him up and knock him down.
Which one of which?
I think those are song lyrics.
No, I think those are for us.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a 30 Seconds to Mars song. From DJ Regular. To Edwin S. Porter, from one great train robbery to another. To Edwin S. Porter, from one great train robbery to another. Set him up and knock him down.
I like DJ bringing back the actual Wild
The
West.
Legends of the West.
Legends of the West.
Okay, and
Tradition.
hold on. From BSB Care,
Oh.
Buzzbacare?
keep movin', 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 though they're disapprovin'. Keep them doggies movin', rawhide. Keep movin', 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 though they're disapprovin'. Keep those doggies movin', rawhide. Set them up and knock them down. Thank you, BSB Care. From Bandana Girl. A toast to eating breakfast soup with a fork and a knife. A toast to eating breakfast soup with a fork and a knife. Otherwise known as breakfast. Set them up and knock them down. Thank you, Bandana Girl.
I've got an idea. We do breakfast soup, but we solidify it.
How about I take the soup portion out of it and you just are left with the toast, the scrambled eggs, the bacon, and the beans?
Fascinating.
But guys, that's not all. That's not all. We have another toast from Gunslinger Andy.
Guns?
Yeah.
Gunslinger Andy is toasting a toast. No snow is a match for 2 coats Bogue. A toast. No snow is a match for 2 coats Bogue. Set him up and knock him down. Ooh, here come the beer burps.
Yeah, these toasts are just turning into, Jordan, drink an entire beer.
Quick, while there's still time. Okay, guys. I think we moved through all the toasts.
Thank you, Chad.
Thank you, guys. But real quick before we get started. I've heard there's a lot of talk about how frequently I ace during these games. So I would like to offer you, my players, an option here. I have set up my 4 sets of dice
what
right
that is
here.
for.
And I would like you guys to choose which 2 sets of dice I will be using tonight. That way, it's not my fault. It's your fault.
No, it's you bought the dice. It's
not
still
the
your
dice.
fault.
He didn't buy those. Those are from Christmas.
Those were a gift.
From
We have to use
Okay,
those.
those are a choice.
The fire
then.
dice?
Okay.
Yeah.
The dice that
Fire
I
dice.
aced with first last session?
But that's the
Yeah,
thing.
no, I mean that.
Fire dice are okay. Fire dice are on the table.
Yeah, let's use
Once
those.
you hold them in your hands, they're acing dice.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
acing
It's
dice.
not the dice, it's you.
No.
You.
All right.
He's trying to pull.
Fire dice.
It's that
those are gonna
devil
be
deal
used.
you made.
Okay, you guys get one more.
This is what magicians do.
Okay, you know, like the guy from No Country for Old Men,
I didn't see it.
who's
Don't spoil
like
it.
call heads or tails.
Tommy Lee Jones.
He
You
wasn't
haven't seen
that.
No Country for Old Men?
No, I haven't.
It's like almost
I
a
know,
10-year-old
Let's
movie
move
now.
past it.
Pick one more set of dice.
The ice ones.
Yeah, these.
All right.
Okay.
Fire and ice. Yeah.
You guys don't like the blue glow in the dark ones?
Great movie.
Those you ace
didn't know
on
that.
all the fucking time.
Okay.
It's true.
And if we're in the dark, you can still see that you ace.
Right?
That's
Yeah, we
true.
don't want that.
Ridiculous.
All right.
We don't
So
want that.
the dice have been chosen.
It's not gonna matter. It's not gonna matter. It
Yeah,
won't
it's not
matter.
gonna matter.
guys. It's not gonna matter.
We do have a command for
Doesn't
aces
matter.
now.
We
Yeah.
do.
Exclamation point aced.
Ace. A space
Everything
and a
is fine.
plus sign.
Haha, what a good joke. Jordan just did on
If
purpose.
Homebrew Dwarf is in chat, I nominate you. If Homebrew Dwarf is not in chat, then chat, fight amongst yourselves. But please don't die.
All right, guys. Last time, everyone found themselves coincidentally aboard a train, an illegal, private, secret train using Black River tracks, owned by Adrian Meeker, a lieutenant of the Baron, also known as the Bear. That'd be Adrian Meeker, not the Baron. You all found yourselves on it for various different reasons, but together, you all teamed up, somewhat reluctantly, to take down the Bear. A mysterious person with a rocket pack slammed into the front of the train, really pulled on those brakes, almost throwing all you guys from the train, then set an explosive device on it and rocketed away. You guys jumped from the exploding train. You dealt the death blow to Adrian Meeker the Bear, and you found a telegram on his person. Also, a mysterious box was rocketed from the explosion of the train that you, I think, are investigating Rosaline Byrne. But we pick up in the dead of night, in the dead of winter, on the plains of Colorado, and there is a foul wind blowing as it begins to snow near the ruins of this secret train. What would you guys like to do?
Well, I
You're by the box.
went to the box.
You're by the bear. I think you're lying face down on the
Gabe-
snow somewhere. Just
Gabe was shot in the arm and then like hit pretty bad and then got launched off the train and caught himself and dislocated his arm. So I have 2 fatigue and a wound.
Vampire 54.
Vampire
Thank you,
54. Thank you
Vampire
very
54.
much.
And I am lying, breathing heavily, bleeding in the snow right now.
I
Okay.
went for the box. How big is the box?
So the box is about that long
Can I pick it up?
and that wide. It is a little bit heavy, but you can pick it up with some difficulty.
Okay. Well, I was imagining that I picked it up and then sort of like my focus changed and I saw Gabe and I go over to him.
I mean, that makes sense because it's so unwieldy that as you're trying to juggle it, you would probably see Gabe.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
My curiosity took, first priority.
Sure.
To Loyal.
Sure, I get it. Minor versus major,
And
whatever.
I think I was already at Gabe, like starting to pick him up,
Okay.
just making sure he was alive at least.
Okay.
Gabe, you all right?
Well, I got shot in the shoulder, so I've been in worse situations, but it's not particularly ideal.
Does anyone can anyone help him?
Yeah, in my pack I got a kit. I just need to look around for it because I
All right.
wasn't really wearing it when the train crashed.
I'll help you find it. What did it look like?
Just a backpack.
All right, you stay here. We'll find his pack.
All right.
All right?
Okay. Where did you have the pack last?
I would imagine in the seating part of the train.
Okay.
How big a pack are we talking?
I mean, it's a backpack.
So
It's a travel pack.
You guys are gonna go take a look at that pack. or take a look for
Try
the
to
pack.
find it, yeah.
Okay, so it's not too hard to figure out. The train's not super long. Shorter now that James Bogue left some of it way back on the rails. So why don't you guys both make a notice roll for me? And ordinarily, since it's dark out, this would be at a -2, but there's still some flames from the explosion. So no penalty for this notice check.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, haste.
Nice.
So that's 11.
11.
I got a 3.
A 3, okay. So you are picking through, you're kind of taking a look at things, and you catch sight of a couple of the charred and blasted bodies of the men who were in this car, and it just kind of, it's a bit too much all at once. But Howell, you came over here expecting to see that kind of stuff, and you're able to actually see underneath what looks like a bit of flaming debris. You see your pack, and right now it seems like it's okay, but it is under flaming debris, so you're going to need to get that out pretty quickly.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to do that.
And I'm going to need an agility roll from you to pick through without getting singed by the fire.
Just a state clarification thing. Did we determine for sure that just Howell and I are wounded from the last time?
I believe so.
I have 1 level of fatigue,
Right.
but
I am not harmed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I also have 1 level of fatigue, so.
Okay, so this is going to be at a
This is
-1.
minus one,
Okay,
yeah.
-1.
That's cocked.
It's mostly a 5.
Okay. So then it'd be a 4.
Okay, and that is enough for a success. Target number in Savage Worlds is generally a 4, so you are able to pick your way sort of gingerly. Luckily, it kind of got shoved a bit closer to the side. You don't have to cross the entire wreckage of the car.
Yeah, I'll grab it and just kind of put it out if there's any flames on
So yeah, as you like pull it out, there's a hand attached to it, and you hear some coughing and sputtering coming from beneath that pile of debris.
Uh-oh.
Someone alive in there?
Yeah. It's getting hot though. Can I get some help?
Yeah, but how do I, what, do I see any wreckage that I can move out of the way to
You
help?
can. Yeah, there's a little bit. If you move quickly, you can move it out of the
Yeah,
way before
I'll-
it also gets too hot to handle.
Absolutely, yeah, I'm going to try to help whoever this is.
All right. So you pull up the wreckage,
Okay.
and
Oh, God. Oh, God.
hold on.
Man.
Oh, thank you so much.
I let go.
Melt me. Oh, yeah, that's fine. I can do it myself now. All right. Whew. What happened? We got to get off of this.
How did you survive that
Hold on. Time to talk after we get off this. What the hell happened? Oh, God, everyone's dead. All right, okay. And Ferret starts picking his way off of the wreckage and out onto the snow. He looks a little bit beat up, but he actually seems to be pretty okay.
All right, Ferret, you're all right.
Oh, I heard some shooting or some, and then the train stopped, but luckily I was on the ground. So I got kind of thrown underneath a seat, and then everything was just loud and fire, and then I don't know, I think I lost consciousness for a little bit until you were the what? Everyone's
All
dead.
right, just calm down.
And
Just
it's cold.
calm down,
We're in the
Ferret.
middle of nowhere.
Hey, calm down. Calm down.
All right,
Let's
all
get
right.
out of this train. Let's get out into the cold and just let's talk about it.
All right. Well, I'm on you, Meltman. You lead the
Don't
way.
Call me Meltman.
Well, that's just it's what I know you as, so I'm just probably gonna stick with that.
All right. Well, I throw on my pack and start walking back to Gabe.
Okay, and he follows you.
Okay.
James, what are you doing?
After dispatching the bear, and I look at the telegram.
That was gonna be a lot cooler if I could have printed it in color.
Sure. Well, they didn't have color back then.
That's true.
True.
Color wasn't invented
Everything
until
was like
1915.
sepia tone.
Yeah.
And I stuff it back in my pocket, and then I turn back and look at the wreckage, and I'm just sort of trying to assess, like, what happened. I'm trying to see what happened to the horses, because that car was still attached.
That car was attached. No one had unattached that car.
Right.
And they look roasted.
Yeah.
Everything
Should
is
we check up
real
on
roasted.
Should we check up on the skeletons? Are they okay?
They also seem to have fallen apart due to the
it.
explosion. They do not seem to be active. However, we'll finish up what you're doing, and then I'll.
Okay. I'm I'm gonna look back at the bear and start peeling off all those fur coats and everything that he had.
Okay. Not so much fur coats as they are all like just large animal pelts that he has sort of
That's fine,
piled
yeah.
on his person.
Whatever they are, and I'll just sling a few over my shoulder and then start heading back, try and find whoever I can find.
He's got a lot. There's probably like 10 or so largish pelts, all
large
told.
man.
He had like some tied around his waist and like some slung over his shoulders. And
Heavy.
So I'll grab his like bear claw things
Okay.
and one, and then like maybe as many as I can carry over a shoulder
Okay.
here, and then I'll start heading back towards the train.
all right, it's you're very laden down right
Yeah.
now, so it's kind of a laborious trudge.
Sure.
He carried a lot of weight on his person, but
Yeah.
he was a very large man. All right, so we are in the golden hour, which is very important for healing. I will say at this point, probably about 10 minutes all told have passed since you guys were thrown from the train.
Okay.
So, you guys each have a wound, right?
I have 2.
You have 2, and you have 1.
I have one and 2 fatigue.
So you have only an hour in which you can attempt to treat these with any measure of success.
Okay.
Also, it is bitterly cold. It is probably a significant chunk below freezing out here, or at least it feels that way with as hard as the wind has started blowing and the snow flurries coming down.
Okay.
So you guys you have more illumination and light by the ever dimming fires from the wreckage of the train, but you are very much aware that you're going to need to find shelter soon, or you very well might freeze to death out here on the plains.
Yeah.
All right. As I see Bogue coming back with the pelts from a distance, I just want to yell out to him like, "Bogue, we gotta start a fire soon!"
Yeah. I'll come towards him, and I'll go, sling these over, and hey, you earn these, and throw you the bear claws. And you might want to take a sip of this, and I'll hand you this bottle. It'll help you out.
I just take a sniff of it. What kind of booze is this?
It does not smell like booze. It smells sort of like a really pungent ink.
Ugh! What kind of booze is this?
Just drink it.
All right, hold on. Let me pull up the appropriate page here, because I believe
Poison!
what James Bogue has just given you is poison. You are now dead. No,
Fail.
it is a
One down.
it is a patented Smith & Robards restoration elixir that the posse found way back in episode 1 of season 1 of Wildcards, and have had no cause to
Hoarders.
use until
We're
now.
hoarders.
So I need you. So immediately after you take this drug, you regain any lost fatigue levels.
Ooh, perfect.
Wow.
Great.
So your fatigue levels go away. You feel suddenly completely vigorized, envigoned. And I'm gonna need you to make a vigor roll.
Okay.
Like you would be healing, like you're doing natural healing. Your body has been kicked into crazy high gear by this ghost rock infused tonic.
Do I get a wild die with this?
You do get a wild die with
Okay.
it. However, on a roll of 1 on your vigor die, regardless of what your wild die is, just don't let that happen. Because this is still a mad science
Well,
device,
now I'm very curious.
which means there is a malfunction.
Let's find out, right?
Oh, it didn't happen.
But you rolled a 5.
Yes.
So you immediately heal 1 wound.
Excellent.
Now you could choose to re-roll that or add something to it in order to get a raise to heal 2 wounds.
It's a blue die to add a d6, though, isn't it? Or a blue chip.
It's a blue chip to add a d6,
So I can't do that.
but you could just re-roll if you wanted. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying it is an option.
you can keep the 5.
Yeah, I'll keep the 5. That's
Keep the
fine.
5, all
What
right.
wound
You
is-
can re-roll, and if you roll lower, you can still have the 5.
Oh, I see what you're saying. First
And
one's
remember,
free.
the first one is free.
First one's
because
free. Oh,
Chad
yeah.
unlocked that.
So thank you.
Mysterious
Yeah.
Strangers unlocked that.
Let's
for
give
you.
it a go. I don't know what this is. 6. So,
Same result.
Same thing.
All right.
well, I tried.
So immediately you feel this rush of energy that is a perfect counterbalance to the foul, like slimy taste that this thing leaves in your mouth, and you feel a burst of energy, and your body seems to it's almost like you can feel these slashes that the bear had given you. They seem to get shallower. like your body's healing process has been kicked into high gear.
I don't know what that was, Bogue, but I feel right as rain. Look, why don't you sit here and I'll go get some wood and start this fire.
No, that's all right. I gotta find the others. This storm's coming in pretty hot, so we're going to need to get everyone together and warm up. These pelts will warm them up. Your friend there is going to need something too.
Oh, he
Listen.
he's not mine.
Listen. Yeah, I would very much appreciate one of them pelts. Keep a body warm, but listen, ain't no fire gonna help keep us all alive out here on the exposed plains. We're gonna have to find shelter of some kind. With the snow coming down, it's gonna be hard to keep a flame even going.
What are you
So
saying?
you hurry up and attend to your folk, whatever you need to do while there's still some light.
All right, Ferret, listen up. You don't boss us around here, all right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Who got elected? You know, the president of the Trainwreck Survival Society.
Well,
I wasn't aware that there was an inbuilt hierarchy.
Considering I saved your ass out of that train, I think it's me more than you.
Well, if I hadn't gotten into an argument with you and sent you on ahead in the train, you'd have been toast like the rest of these folks.
Oh.
And I use that in a colloquial sense, as though they are a burned piece of bread.
I'm gonna wander over in the midst of this, shivering. Did you find it?
Yeah, I got the bag.
Maybe we should get back to Gabe.
I'll take care of
What are
Gabe.
you doing standing around
Gabe-
John with me? You got a hurt man over there.
Gabe gets up and starts walking over, like he pulls himself over towards it. He can still like get up and walk and
Right.
stuff.
How you doing?
I've seen better days,
All right, well,
but
have a seat.
so what is in this bag that you have that's gonna?
Well, it's the same stuff I've been stitching myself up with, just wire and bandages.
What do you use to stitch yourself up with? Well, you ain't gonna look very pretty after this.
I'm sorry, my eyes deceiving me. I have seen a lot of men raised from the dead, but I did not expect Gopher over here to show up again after that explosion.
It's Ferret, and I think you do kindly know that, sir.
Yeah,
but-
well, it's not Meltman either, and you've been dropping that on us the entire train ride.
Thanks, Gabe.
Suppose that's fair. He seems to be bleeding a fair amount. You might want to attend to that.
Yes,
Yeah,
we should.
Okay, so I will use my healing bag.
Okay.
Here, put these on, and I'll throw these pelts over to you guys.
Okay, so these pelts are going to make it a little bit easier to last out here, but they're
not
not.
die.
You're gonna need shelter. All right, and you are going to make a healing roll.
Okay,
Okay,
cool.
so this is going to be modified by your wound modifiers, which you only have one, and you have improved nerves of steel, so you should have no wound modifier
Yes.
at this point. But it's
Correct.
also going to be modified by his wound modifiers.
Okay, so
And
that's
I just
minus
have one.
one.
So yeah, so this roll is going to be a -1
Does this
altogether.
not as fatigue, though?
Not as fatigue.
Okay,
no.
cool.
Can
great.
any of us try to help, even if we don't have?
I'm gonna say sure. I'm gonna say you can make an untrained cooperative roll at this point because he's got a medical kit and he can direct you.
Right. Nope.
Okay, yeah, because that's a D4 -2, so that is
Yeah.
not gonna help. Did you want to reroll? You don't have to.
Okay.
First one's free.
Ooh,
Oh, you
there we
aced
go.
it.
4 aced.
So that's a 3. So that would put me at a 5.
5, which
right?
is a
Minus
success.
2, yeah.
So you get a +1, so you basically get rid of the penalty.
Okay, great.
Nice.
So Rosaline
hold this here.
kind of bends down and you direct her where to put her hands to apply pressure so that you can stitch or patch whatever you need to patch or stitch.
All right. This is essentially cleaning a bullet wound, right?
Right.
Removing and cleaning a bullet.
I got
Yeah.
shot in my shoulder, I think is what
Okay,
we decided.
great. All right. I got a 5.
A 5 is a success, so you were able to spend a fair amount of time, and your hands are starting to go numb at the end of this. But you're able to patch him up, and then just kind of put your hands back into the fur.
It's a good job, Howell. Thank you.
Thank you,
No
Hal.
problem, no problem, yeah.
How much of that blood is yours?
I reckon all of it. Mostly.
Deal.
What in the hell happened to all of you?
Someone named the Bear happened to all of us.
Turns out that whoever was taking us on this little train ride might have been something of a giant metallic arm-bearing psychopath.
All right, well, I can't tell if it's because of the cold or just because of you folks, but that ain't making a whole lick of sense to me, so maybe we should just try and find somewhere to hole up. Any of you types any good at finding your way around and out in the natural world?
Well,
Do any of you have the survival skill?
I no longer do.
Yeah, you respect.
As my time in the city has made me a little less good at survival. I still have tracking, though.
I also have tracking.
But I imagine, well, fair, unless you have any ideas, I imagine we could follow the train tracks to some sort of civilization somewhere nearby.
Well, I was sitting by a window most of the time, and I don't recall seeing a lot of settlements that we passed by. And at least not in any way that I could say confidently we're going to find one before we freeze to death.
Well, the train was going somewhere. It had to. This track has to lead to someplace.
Yeah, but is that someplace that we all particularly want to go?
I imagine.
Listen, I figure some of you got to be good at like just finding your way or some such. I say we split up and find some place we can hole up, maybe an abandoned house or.
All right,
or
Ferret. How about you pick a direction, start walking, and the rest of us will figure something out.
Feel as though you're teasing me.
Yes, I tried to make that rather clear, actually.
Can I use tracking in any way to like try and find like wildlife tracks or something like that? Like find like deer or something that might have been going that might have been drawing.
You can try with the freshly falling snow and the encroaching darkness. That's going to be really difficult. It'd probably be.
Do I see any landmarks or something? Something that might.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
everyone
a hill or
make a
something?
notice roll for
None
me.
of us knew the direction
So
or
how-
where we were going, did we?
Hal still has a wound, though, right?
Yeah, I still do.
Hal does still have a wound.
Snake eyes.
Yes.
Snake eyes.
Yeah, maybe
I got a
should
10.
Re-roll that.
Oh, you can't re-roll snake eyes with a piece of crisp Spanish
I can't,
gold.
but I can do it with this. I'll just re-roll.
You don't want to get some snow in your eyes?
No, I really don't. No, this seems like a really bad time for that. 4.
4.
It's one of those flying knives again.
4. So, okay, let me say, with the darkness and the wind coming down, even being by the fire, you guys are probably at a -1 at this point for your notice rolls.
Okay, I got a 5.
You got a 5?
I got a 3, so 2.
3.
And I got a 3.
Okay.
I got a 10.
10.
Whoa.
Okay.
I noticed good.
So you guys are just kind of casting around, like looking for, James, you're looking for a landmark of some kind, and you see what looks like a little bit of like a gently rolling hill, kind of off south from the tracks.
Okay.
But you're trying to make out if there's anything past that. It's kind of hard to see in the darkness. You guys are looking around for, by the train to see if there's any tracks of like someone else getting off, or maybe animal tracks or something, while the ferret is just ceaselessly asking you guys questions that are distracting you quite a bit. You seen anything? Because my eyes ain't so good. They were. I got hit at them quite a lot though. Gabe, looking off the same direction as James, for whatever reason, maybe it's your glasses, you're able to see a little bit further, and you see what looks like a wisp of smoke coming off from the south.
Well, it seems like someone else has gotten the same idea to build something of a fire. It looks like there might be something we could head towards over in that direction.
What's he saying? My ears ain't so good on account of I got hit several times.
It's because you're talking so much. You just said it looks like there's some smoke over there.
Well, all right, well, I think our course is clear.
I mean, he's right.
Unless you all aim to freeze to death out here, I think I'm heading for that.
So how did you get hurt? Like
He was getting all slashed up by the bear.
Oh.
Yeah.
From the bracer, so here's the thing. Those bracers, I think we talked about this last time, are built for a much larger man.
Right.
He was dual wielding them. You can probably only comfortably use one of them.
Right.
Hal, you're never gonna make it if you're losing as much blood as you are right now.
Well, I can't rightfully put myself together in this condition outdoors. I have to get inside with some light and some warmth.
You good to walk?
I'm good to walk. I'm good. I feel great after that
But yeah,
concoction you gave me.
and if and you can't fix yourself up, any of the rest of you know how? Any doctoring? Any of you a doctor? Because I got some ear and eye issues that I could talk to you about once we find someplace warm.
I could use some ear.
We certainly don't have any tongue issues. That seems to be working just fine.
You upset the snow off.
Is it plugged in?
Yeah, it is, but it's gonna run out of juice.
So I want to, before it gets too late, try and Gabe kind of walks over and he's not like making it really clear what he's doing because he's not 100% sure about this, but he's gonna go,
Hal, if you'll just let me look at your your wounds for a moment.
Look, I know you passed me up a couple of times, but this is a little different than a bruise here and a bruise there.
Can we hurry this up a little bit?
All right, just bear with me. I might just be going insane. I know that everything that happened in that damn cave was crazy, but...
And so Gabe's gonna try and put his hand on, like, the cut on Howl's arm and cast healing.
Okay.
Or try.
So you don't know that's what he's doing.
Right, but if he starts like chanting,
I don't
anything?
chant.
No.
All I
Okay,
have to do is lay hands on.
All he has to do is lay hands and
Blessed
make,
don't have to do, like, shit to
yeah,
make
cool.
any-
He just has to
Right.
try and make a silent, personal connection to some sort of higher power.
Gabe kind of thinks up, and he's like, all right. Now, I don't know exactly how this deal we seem to have made or whatever the endorsement you have given me works. But if there's any time we could use some help right now, we are not exactly in a great position for my friend to deal with losing a lot of blood out here. So if you're willing to give me any sort of guidance, now's really a great time and I could use it.
That's as close as Gabe can get to a heartfelt prayer.
Make a faith roll.
All right.
Now, Gabriel Pryor, you have not yet on stream made any blasphemous comments. You have not yet on stream lied maliciously in any sort of way. So I'm going to say you
And the guy I shot at was already dead.
That's true. That's true.
Wow.
I'm going to say you can make this
Technicalities.
roll with no penalty right now.
Hooray! Well, I do have 2 fatigue still. That wasn't healed when I was healed, right?
Okay, no, that was not healed.
All right, so I have to roll for healing. It costs me 3 power points, I think.
It does. So first you spend your points, then you make your roll.
Then points got spent.
Okay.
And I do -2 for my fatigue and -1 for his wound.
Okay.
So
It's a -1 for his wound modifiers. And because he has improved nerves of steel, he actually has no negative modifiers.
That's
So
awful.
I'll check on that for
super
next time,
neato.
but I believe by the wording of it, it would be easier to heal Howl because it specifically says wound modifiers, I believe. But I'll check that for next time. Let me make a note on that.
all right,
Bless
here
you.
I'm going. Rolling D6 faith, and that ace,
East.
and that is a 10 total.
Okay, so, and that's with your negatives? Or you were healed, you were healed up?
No, actually, it's a 7 with my. No, it's an 8.
An
with mine.
8?
So it's a.
An 8 is a success with a raise.
Ooh.
Which
So
is not particularly useful when he only has 1 wound.
No. So here's what happens, Howl.
Okay.
Gabe kind of looks down and sort of puts a hand on your wound. And as he's doing that, you kind of just follow the line of where he's prodding, and you look at it, and it doesn't actually look as bad as you thought it was. Looking at it, it looks like it bled a lot more than it actually did much else. So it seems suddenly less serious. You can't tell if it's the cold or what, or maybe with the excitement, you just sort of misjudged how bad a hit it was, but it seems all right.
How did that look to me, though?
How did it look to you?
Yes.
There's a lot of blood on Howl. How closely are you watching this, Rosalie?
Probably pretty close at this point.
Did you realize what he was doing before he started doing it?
Well, he did mention the cave, so that
Okay.
would have...
Make a notice roll at a -2, Rosalie.
Oh, man, I don't have very good notice, though.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I
aced it.
aced it. So a 6.
6. Okay, so you can very clearly see from your vantage point with the flickering light of the train wreck, you can see Howl's skin close up ever so slightly at Gabriel's touch.
So once that has happened, I don't know that anybody can see me. How might be able to?
Hold on, real quick. I want to see how Howl reacts.
Okay.
So to be clear, I pretty much looked down and I'm like, this isn't that.
Seems like it wasn't that. Maybe it felt worse than it actually was.
No, don't feel around down there. I really don't feel that bad. I think I'm fine. I really don't need any doctoring.
Gabe kind of stammers a little bit, which is uncharacteristic for Gabe, and he's like,
I think you're right. It looked worse coming over than it seems now. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah. Well,
he kind of wipes some of Howl's blood that was kind of on his hands to.
So Gabe, for the briefest of moments, just really quickly, the best you can explain it is you felt somewhat like a road You felt like you became some sort of pathway very quickly, carrying one thing from somewhere else to here. And then Hal seemed better.
So, as all that is happening, I'm going to intensely stare at what they are doing and get the angriest look on my face. And then, as soon as that's done, I'm gonna go, well, we need to go find somewhere warm, don't we? Shouldn't we go? You're better now, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna start heading towards the smoke.
Yeah, the lady's got the right idea. If you all are done poking your fingers into each other, I'm gonna go off after her. And I suggest you do the same. I didn't mean that in any kind of weird way. I just meant, you know.
All right, I'm gonna
look like
grab
you were-
Ferret by like the scruff of his shirt.
Yipe!
Just be like, all right, I'm going to give you one piece of advice right now. Until we get to whatever it is making that smoke, if I hear another word from you, I'm going to shoot you. Do you understand?
I reckon I do. But then, really quickly, before you are even aware of it, he sort of has your arm caught between two arms, and he says, but remember, they call me the ferret for a reason. So I suggest you watch your tone with me, mister. All right? I ain't here to make trouble, but I'm quick and I'm wily.
I grab him as he's talking. Like, listen, Ferret.
Oh, yep.
Listen to the man. He will shoot you.
All right.
And I will do quite much worse if I can.
All right, can we just get out of
Start
this
talking.
infernal
I'm
cold?
still walking.
Start walking. Start
Look,
talking.
she going off that way.
All right, yeah, I think I take off at like a light jog after Rose to try and catch up. She's obviously not particularly happy.
Yeah, and Ferret just kind of sulkily walks behind you guys.
I'm gonna hang back and walk with Bogue. See if I can chat with him for a little bit.
Okay, sounds like we got two chats brewing. So who wants to chat? Get to chatting first. Ferret will just be in the middle, just sort of trudging. He doesn't have pockets
He'll be
in the
commentary.
bear fur, but
He'll talk to
he's
whoever's necessary.
kicking. He would be kicking rocks if
Yell
they
at
were
people.
present.
Right.
Kicking
It
snow.
is getting very cold, though. You guys, even through these furs, you guys can feel how cold it is, and your faces are definitely feeling the frost.
That's why I put my bandana on.
I noticed.
Oh, nice.
Fancy. Now you're a bandit.
We'll go first.
All right.
Bogue hasn't talked in a bit. Bogue, you're being awful quiet. It seems like you got your man there.
He's just a pawn.
If that's a pawn, I don't want to see what the rook looks like.
You haven't played much chess, have you?
No, not really. No.
Okay.
I'm more of a cardsman. Is
Yeah.
that a rook not a piece? It's
No,
not important,
yeah.
actually.
No, thank you for your help back there. That actually means quite a lot. I know I haven't been much around since we hit Denver, but thank you.
No, it's we took a couple jobs when we arrived, and I was drinking myself silly after that, trying to wash away all of it, and I lost track of it. I'm sorry, and it's nice to be by your side again, by everybody's side. And I'm sorry, on the train I didn't want to come with you, and I'm sorry about that.
Well, it's all water under the bridge, as it were. We're in a different situation now, so better bundle up with that pelt and listen. When the trail gets warm again, we'll go back out looking for Ludi. We'll find her.
Thanks, Bogue. I appreciate that.
All right, and we'll pan up past Ferret, who's just sort of mumbling to himself as he walks, and I don't even try and do
Still
nothing.
stomping along towards.
And we'll
the
catch
smoke.
up. Yeah.
Quick question.
Yes.
Thank you, by the way, to Wraith, who backed us on our Patreon.
Oh!
Great.
Do we want to count that towards the total for the night?
Did they back just now?
They just backed, yes.
Well, I mean, you are the executive producer of Saving Throw, John
Good
Zook, not
Okay,
James
I'm-
Bogue.
I'm gonna.
So I will let you. I will
If
let you
anyone
decide
is allowed to make
Yeah.
these decisions.
Well, the thing is,
I
is
don't
that
know why you're asking me.
it's not because like bits. Patreon pledges are not. Streamlabs does not. Put them all together.
You're
so
setting
it's-
a precedent right now.
It's a
either way.
little difficult to track, but I will say yes. I will say if you back us on Patreon, not only do you get a reroll, but we will add that pledge to the total
wow.
for the night.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
that makes
so
sense.
Wraith, let BSB Care
nice.
know
It's helpful.
who's getting that reroll, and then add $5 to the total.
Add $5 to the total. Well, hey,
Thank you,
I will
kindly.
do that.
Thank you very much,
Ray.
Thank you very much for
thank
backing.
you.
That means a ton.
Tried to tip my hat and messed up my hair.
It is a huge big deal. So
Thank
thank
you.
you very much.
All right. But back up to the.
That's just what Ferret's thinking about right now.
Sure. I don't even know
This Patreon.
whether or not Patreon should matter or not. Nobody cares, my opinion. And then you're storming off into the night, and Gabe is jogging off.
Does
after you.
fatigue lower your pace?
It does.
Well,
All right,
I'm
well,
also fatigued, so
I'm still gonna try and catch up.
I'm like,
Wait,
I'm
how many levels of
I
fatigue
just
do you
have
have?
one.
And you have.
I have 2,
Okay, yeah. So you're slower.
but I still
makes
try and catch up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rose, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Look, I know that whatever happened back there was chaotic, but we should at least be. I'm just glad that you're all right, okay?
Well, I'm glad you. Are you all right too?
Yes, I'm
No?
fine.
All right. Well, I'm glad too. But we need to get to this place, and we're just standing around here wasting time. You clearly did something to Howell to help him, so that's good.
I didn't even. Look, I don't know what's going on with any of this guard business. All right? This is as strange to me as it is to you. But if we have something that has been given to us and can help us stay alive a little bit longer, then maybe we need to learn how to use it.
That does make sense. You don't really think it's God or
I
something
don't
like
know
that?
what to think.
Well, you've never believed that before. It's
No.
not like you.
But what you remember in that cave, and when it happened then, when it felt so clear, it all felt very obvious, and there was no doubting. And everything that I had hated about religion, and everything that had seemed so obviously wrong, it suddenly felt completely the other way around. And every day we've moved away from that, the clarity that came from that has gotten a little less clear, but I remember how confident I felt then.
Don't you just think it was a trick of chaos?
I don't know.
Well, none of us saw it. You're the only one who did. And clearly you saw something. Something happened. But it could be chaos, and you're just assuming that it's...
Well, whatever it was, I still feel it sometimes. It's not as clear, it's not a radiant light coming out of me, but I feel like there's something else going on. And I can't just pretend that didn't happen.
You're right. You can't
Rose.
pretend it didn't happen.
You're still more important to me than whatever this is.
It's not about that. It's not you. Everything's changed. Everything's different, and it doesn't have to be.
I know.
We're gonna freeze out here if we don't get to this place. And are they? All right, everyone's coming.
Now and people look back and check. Now I'm still here. Now I am.
I can hear you talking from here.
Also, are you carrying the box?
Yes.
So this whole conversation has been with you just kind of having this big, like, long metal, sort of pretty heavy box that you're trudging with, which is why you were able to
Rose.
catch up with her, most likely.
Rose, let me help you carry that.
I've got it.
It looks unwieldy.
I wanted to wait till now to undercut the gravity of the conversation you were having, but imagine she's having a hard time carrying a box that whole
Turned
time.
into a comedy. Well, fine. You're right. I don't like where we are. I didn't know you were going to be here, and I didn't know James was going to be here, and Howell, and I don't know what the hell is going on. And we just need to not die out here so we can deal with whatever the hell is going on with you.
Well, not dying has always been plan A before now, and I don't see any reason that should change.
Right.
So as you guys continue forward, the land does slope up very gently until you're very clearly walking up like a very slow rolling hill. And as you get to the top of it, you can see out into what looks like a little bit of a just generally hilly area. But there are two hills in front of you and the one that you're on, and kind of nestled in the middle of all of this, there is a 2-story farmhouse with looks like a small plot of farmland and a small barn beside it. And there is a light on, very dim light, inside the windows of the farmhouse, and smoke is curling up out of the chimney.
Rose goes to say, and almost says thank God, and then just gets angry and keeps going towards this house. Well, it looks like we found something.
What do you see? Since nobody waits for me, what is it?
It's clearly a barn and a house.
Well, I ain't standing where you are right now, miss. Hold on.
How long are you going to wait till you shoot him?
I told him I'd shoot him, and I feel like perhaps it would be incorrect of me not to follow up on that.
Howlin', and serious guy, there's some sort of house up ahead. See, that's how you do. You communicate backwards so what the folks behind you can know what's coming up. Are we going down there?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep heading that way.
Oh, you're already gone. Okay, well, I'll
box.
just follow on after
I'm
you.
just like-
She's going down there with it. She's got is that her stuff?
Yeah, we can see it just fine. Just
Okay, well,
keep
I don't
walking.
know because it's windy and cold. It's so cold. All right. So you guys have now kind of moved back into a cluster, I'm imagining. So how do you want to approach?
At this point, I'm probably gonna go right up to the front door and knock on it.
Okay. All right. So really, she seems to be on a mission. Rosaline kind of struggles up to the front door and just wraps her knuckles on it.
Miss Bird, you want me to hold that box? And
Fine, but are you have the wounds, I don't have.
I'm helping her hold the
He is
box.
helping me.
what exactly is this?
I don't know, but we're going to find out. Came off the train, maybe it's something helpful for James.
It's not yours? You
No.
just took this off the train?
No, it went flying off the train, seemingly one of the only things out of the
The door flies open, and all of a sudden there is the barrel of a shotgun right in your face.
Whoa!
Oh.
Who are you? Who are you?
All
Who
right,
are you
think-
folks?
I think we have perhaps all gotten off on the wrong foot.
Yes, our train derailed, and it's very cold, and we're just trying to find somewhere to take some shelter.
All right, nobody move too quick. All right, everybody just stay where you are.
All right, now, calm down. We're not here to hurt you.
What's
Why
your
don't-
name, farmer?
All right, wait, hold on. And then from behind him, you kind of see a woman poke her head out. They're both wearing glasses for ease of transition. Ainsley, who is it? It's. Don't you worry, Nancy. I got this. All right, now, folks. I don't mean to come across as rude, but you can understand it's the middle of the night, and we heard some sort of loud noise that woke us up from our slumber, and we don't know you from Adam.
That would be the train that derailed.
And yes, you don't know us, and we don't have to come in, but I see you have a barn. We just need somewhere to get out of this storm, if you don't mind.
And you see his wife, or who you assume to be his wife, just kind of poking out from around his shoulder, just looking at all of you, and she turns, she's Ainsley, we can't send them out to the barn. Look, it's a freezing night. They should
I'm
stay
going to
here with
shiver a
us.
little more.
Ma'am, we are traveling missionaries. We were going from one place to another, spreading the good word of God, and we have run into something of a mishap. Now, we can only hope that that you will see it in the goodness of your heart to let us into your home simply for the night. For, as they say in the Bible, the strangers you meet on the street, in each of them is the spirit, and he's just bullshitting, is the spirit of Jesus Christ, and if you turn him out, you are turning Jesus out of your home. Now, we don't ask much of you. We simply wish for somewhere to sit and weather through the storm until the morning light.
Make a persuade roll for me.
-10.
Rose seems a little less angry now, though.
All right, I got
Does she?
a
Yeah.
4 plus 4.
So an 8.
Yes, an 8.
I got a 5.
Vampire 54 also backed on
Ooh.
Patreon.
Oh, thank you.
So another $5
Thank
to the
you, Vampire
total.
54.
you.
And Rose gets the reroll.
Oh, thank you.
Re-rose.
Rose.
Re-rose?
Doctor.
All right, I will update that on here. So they seem to soften a bit as you say that. And Ainsley seems like he gets a worried look on his face. But Ferret just pipes up and says, I don't know much about that. I was just on the train and I'm with them, so...
Yes, that's right. We found him on the train and he didn't have anywhere to go either, so we took him with us, didn't we?
Potential convert, I think.
Yes.
Well, I ain't never really been
Ferret,
much for...
maybe now is the time to just not talk.
It does seem pretty warm in there. Can we come in from out the cold? And Ainsley just sort of, he takes stock of all of you with a long, searching look at Gabriel, and then just sort of gently lowers his shotgun and just nods to allow you inside and stands out of your way.
Gabe takes his hat off as he comes in and nods towards the woman and goes, bless this humble home that all of you have so wonderfully allowed us in.
Please, of course, it's everyone in out of the cold here.
Thank you so
Much
much.
obliged, ma'am.
You saved our lives, I think.
Do you mind if I put this down?
Please do,
somewhere?
yes, just wherever is fine. And then she just kind of goes over and whispers at Ainsley, and he just sort of stands there stoically and looks at all of you, but she seems to be chiding him. Everyone make a notice roll for me.
Ooh, ace!
Ace.
Ah.
6.
I haven't aced once.
I got a 3.
Have
Three?
you rolled hardly at all?
No, I haven't rolled a lot.
I got a 3 as well.
3?
10.
10.
Fancy pants, 6.
6. Okay, so you guys are focused on the fact that there is a roaring fire going in the hearth, and you head over there and start warming yourselves. That's where Ferret goes as well. But Rosaline, you notice these people seem a bit destitute, maybe. James, from the light of the fire and the vent, you're not quite as concerned with getting warm right away. You feel a bit, maybe even detached from the situation somewhat, from your own body. You notice also, yes, they do look a bit destitute. They also look very sickly and thin. It looks like they probably haven't had a whole lot to eat. They look a bit weak and tired. And as you guys are warming yourselves, Nancy comes over. She's, everyone, please make space for you all. Warm yourselves by the fire. I regret we don't have anything to offer you by way of nourishment. But if you could see it in your hearts, if you had any food on you, I could maybe put a kettle on and we could boil it up into some sort of a broth that we could all enjoy. And Ainsley says, now Nancy, let's just let them warm themselves. We don't need to go burdening them with our troubles. She said, it couldn't hurt to ask, and they look like they could use something warm, and well, we need it. So
Do we have anything on us?
do you have your bag, right?
I do have my bag.
You guys, probably, I imagine, on a mission of seduction, you did not carry any rations of any kind
No,
with
but
you.
I probably have money.
You probably do.
Can't eat money.
True.
You probably don't have any rations on
Doubt
you.
it.
You probably don't. But Hal, I imagine you might have a little bit of trail rat, some dried meat or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you probably do.
I'm
Ferret definitely does not.
I have some dried meats I'm happy to offer, and by all means, you let us in from the cold.
Bless you. Yes, I could boil that up and give me a little bit of time. I'll have it
By all
hot, and we
means.
can have a little bit of hot broth.
Do you need some help?
No, thank you. You warm yourselves, and Ainsley, you stay here and see if any other wanderers come from the train, and you let them in if they need help. And she just kind of goes over to the side of the fire where she's got a little bit of a cook pot, and she puts the meat in there, and she disappears into a side room and comes back with a bucket and just kind of pours some water in there and sets it to heating.
Ainsley, was it?
Yes.
Well, much obliged for you taking us in.
Of course. Must admit, it's more my wife's decision than mine. I bear you folks no ill will. It's just, it upsets a body having people come into their home in the middle of the night under such violent circumstances, and it's been a hard winter.
Trust us, if we could be anywhere else, we would not be burdening you.
I'm sure that's so.
Can you tell us where we are?
Well, you ain't really much in anywhere. It's just the Garvis homestead. Here it is.
Well, how far are we from Denver, or the nearest town?
Oh, from Denver, probably 100 miles or so.
Wonderful.
We struck out here to get away from folks. I was actually I was a lawman for a time back in Dodge City. I was a deputy, nothing fancy, but it's hard life for Nancy and I. So we thought we would head further out and see if I couldn't turn myself to some more peaceful work. So here we are, and it ain't exactly been easy, but we're doing all right.
Well, what's the nearest town then? Is there something closer than Denver?
Nearest town I know of is Denver, miss.
All right.
What brought you folks out here in the middle of nowhere?
As I said, I had my fill of crowds and people and dust-ups and getting in the middle of them, so I just wanted to come out here and provide a nice, quiet, simple life for me and my family.
So you're all just surviving off this farm for yourselves?
Yeah, well, we're trying to, but it's been a harsh winter, and we had some bad luck with the crops. So listen, I don't mean to come across standoffish or ungrateful. Very much appreciate your gracious offering of food.
Absolutely.
We do appreciate it. As I ain't much for conversation. I apologize.
Sorry, we don't have anything more interesting to talk about ourselves.
I understand a bad harvest when it happens. I used to own a ranch myself, and
Was that so?
yeah, you know what happens. And I'm sorry you've fallen upon that hard time.
Yes. Thank you. He doesn't take a notice roll to tell that he doesn't seem to want to share a whole. He seems like someone who is a very private person and feels uncomfortable making small talk.
Perhaps it would be best for all of us to simply settle down for the night, and in the morning we can find our way to wherever it is that we'll be going.
Well, we can't send you to bed with empty stomachs, and you got to get warmed from within as well as without. So please grab a seat, and there's ample seating chairs and seating spaces here in this front room. And she kind of goes back into another room and comes back with some simple bowls and starts ladling out a little bit of hot broth into each one of your bowls, and she kind of, gives them to each of you in turn, including Ferret.
Much appreciated.
Thank you, miss. This smells like hot salted meat. So
Watch your
thank
tongue,
you
Ferret.
for that. What? It's a fact. It smells like hot
I don't
salt.
quite like your tone in this home.
Just being straightforward about what it is. It smells like howling howl.
All right, that's an improvement.
All right, and then so everyone just kind of sits down and they have their bowls and sit down as well. Well, this is nice. We don't get much company.
How much
Sort
money?
of awkward silence just sort of descends over over the room.
How much money would I have on me?
Well, that's a good question, because you are not staying in a cheap place in Denver. So I imagine the bulk of your money is going to maintaining your quality of living in Denver, unless you are planning on setting some stuff aside for any purpose.
Well, I imagine there would be an amount of
hold
it.
on. You're inside now, so.
Quieter.
I thought the window was open or something.
Oh, let me close that.
I imagine I would. I mean, I'm not going to spend all of it, so we can build up some money just in case.
You probably have about the bar 1971. Thank you very
We
much.
have $5. That's how much money we have.
Sure, you got
we
about
have
$5 on it.
We have however much money gets donated.
And that is equivalent
Yeah.
to like,
$5?
yeah.
Wow, $5. That's
Fair
over
amount.
$100.
Yeah.
Modern day.
I
I did the research. $1 in 1880 is equivalent to roughly 27 modern day dollars.
Damn.
Wow. I was really overpaying
Those kids, yeah.
Yeah, kid.
Yeah.
Presley.
Yeah.
I was giving him quarters. No wonder he liked me.
At some point, if if she kind of goes off somewhere, I want to follow her and just say, I want to give you this because you're helping us and I very much appreciate it. I want to give her $1.
Miss, I couldn't.
You have to take it.
Listen, I very much appreciate it, but in all honesty, Ainsley and I don't have much cause to spend money right now. So I very much appreciate the sentiment of your gift, but the food is gift enough.
But it could buy you more food.
Well, it ain't gonna fix our problems, and I
What
as I
problems
said,
are
I
those?
appreciate it. Well, just as you know, you heard my husband. Just it's been a very rough winter. So
Of course, but in what way?
well, it just times are tough. Bad harvest. It's demoralizing. It's
How is it
it's hard
demoralizing?
on our family.
Is it just the two of you?
Yes.
Did you have any children at some point?
Ooh. Make a persuade roll,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone else except for Rosaline make a notice roll.
Okay.
Not twice.
I mean, I'm not necessarily doing this in front of everybody. I was waiting for her to
Well,
come.
you're off to the side.
Yeah.
Right. So like
Yeah.
she maybe took a bowl into the other room.
Yeah.
I got a 7 on my notice.
7.
I got a 4 in my persuade.
4 on persuade.
5.
5.
I got 10.
10. Okay.
Is that with charisma? 'Cause you have charisma.
No, it's not. Thank you. 5.
Should I minus my charisma?
I rolled a 2.
Only plus
Oh
1.
yeah, is that is
It's
with
5
your,
with
5
the
with your charisma? And no, you're not making a persuade roll, so you don't need to worry about your charisma. Ferret is just eating his broth, so he's not paying attention. Okay. So you got a 10?
He got a 10.
I
You
got
got a
5.
10. 5, 7. You guys both notice that Ainsley has been watching this interaction between Nancy and Rosaline, and he seems to be like just a little bit stiffer, and his hands are just sort of like just grasping against his pants. You notice over in the corner of the room,
Ooh,
Shiny Professor, thank you very much, Shiny Professor.
Larissa.
Over in the corner of the room, what looks like a large rectangular object that's covered with a dusty blanket.
Ainsley.
Yes.
Sorry, just looking around the home. Now, what's that you got there under the blanket?
Oh, it ain't nothing.
Ugh.
And then over
How?
in the kitchen, or the second room, I guess, which is largely a kitchen. Nancy just kind of looks at you and she says, "We had a little girl, and we recently lost her in a tragic accident. So
I'm sorry to hear
it's
that.
it's all right. Her name was Dolores.
It's a beautiful name.
Thank you. I rather thought so. But she is no longer with us. So it is, she's not here.
I'm sorry to hear that. Is that part of what's been so hard this winter?
It is, but if you don't mind, I would rather not discuss it further.
Of course, I just want to help.
Of course, I understand, and I very much thank you. But as I said, the food is help enough. Excuse me. And she goes back into the room and continues just sort of putting bowls away. What were you going to say, Gabriel?
I was gonna.
And Ainsley seems distracted. His attention is split between you guys and watching the interaction between Nancy and Rosaline.
Howell, we're guests here. I don't think we need to pry too much into Mr. Ainsley's business.
No, that's not. I'm just saying. Look, I don't have any money, but I could in the morning maybe help you around the farm for a little bit. Push some of these boxes out of the way.
It's fine. There ain't a lot of work what needs to be done with the snow the way it is. I won't be able to do much for the thaw. Mostly, what I do on a day is just check my trap runs and see if we snagged anything. And I spend most of my time doing that. So I thank you for your offer, but.
I think perhaps it's best for all of us if we eat our food and get ourselves some good sleep, and in the morning we can be on our way and leave you to tend into your own business.
Very well. I think they're Well, Nancy, should we show our guests to the room upstairs? And she says, of course. Where are my manners? You're probably tired and you'll be wanting some rest. And who knows how long this storm is going to last. So I will take you upstairs to your room. I hope you all don't. You seem like you're very comfortable folk, and I'm sorry for the impropriety of it, but we only have the one room available.
It's all right. As missionaries, I'm used to it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Double entendre. Well,
We find ourselves in this position all the time.
okay, too much. I will, I will lead. Follow me, please, upstairs. Mister, I'll take your bowl. And Ferret is licking his bowl clean and just kind of gives it up to her. And she takes it back to the room. And Ainsley just sort of stays seated with his bowl as Nancy kind of takes you up the stairs. You rolled the highest last time, right? Mm-hmm. You make a notice roll for me.
Okay.
Shiny Professor gives their reroll to James Bogue.
James Bogue! Thanks very much, Shiny Professor.
Yeah, you
Rolling
You
Bogue.
aced.
9.
9. Okay. So as Nancy is kind of like fussing and leading all of you upstairs, you notice that Ainsley takes his bowl and his wife's bowl, which is on the floor right next to him, and he kind of picks them up and he starts walking back to the fire, and you can tell there seems to be they don't seem to have had much of their broth at all. And as you guys are heading upstairs, you see him just kind of pour it back into the pot. So Nancy takes you over, and there's just kind of one hallway up here, and there's 2 doors on your right, and she takes you to the furthest door, and she says, just right in here, this is the room we have for guests, but we don't have many, so there's really not much furniture to speak of here, but it looks like you all have these lovely animal skins, so perhaps will that be enough for you this evening?
Trust me, the hospitality you have already provided for us is more than enough.
It is dreadfully cold up here. There is a stove in the corner. I'll be right back. I'll fetch a little wood from downstairs, see if I can't get a nice low fire to keep it warm up here.
Thank you.
Please make yourselves at home. And she disappears down the hall and down the stairs.
Is Ainsley still here?
Ainsley's downstairs.
Oh, he's downstairs.
Yeah, he stayed downstairs. And Ferret looks around and says, yeah, this will do nicely. I guess no one else is gonna call it. I'll just take the area of the floor right there over there by the stove. And yep, I'll go ahead and just lay my pelts down. Looks, I could sleep on this. All right. Well, nice folks.
Yes. Rather nice, although their condition does not lend much credence to the idea that there's a town nearby.
No, it doesn't.
How, in all your time farming, how often would you stay at a farm that was not producing anything?
Well, I mean, I suppose if you're doing it just for yourself, it's possible, but it seems unlikely. I've seen weirder things than that.
Well, they said they lost a daughter this winter.
They lost a daughter.
Apparently so. So maybe something big happened that they don't want to talk about.
I'm gonna step outside for a smoke and maybe check out what's in the barn. I'm just a little curious.
Howell, I didn't get the impression that these people wanted us prying into their affairs.
Also, it's dreadfully cold outside.
It is quite cold, but
Also, y'all are some suspicious folks.
What?
Are these people done taking us in out of the goodness of their hearts? They cooked your salted meat into some sort of salted meat soup.
Well, they didn't have any of that soup. They didn't drink any of that.
what?
I honestly
I saw
never
them
thought.
make bowls for themselves, howl and howl.
And I saw them put those full bowls back into the pot after we were done.
That don't make no sense.
I honestly would have
doesn't.
never wagered on me saying these words, but I agree with Weasel.
It's Ferret.
Whatever.
You don't think we should do our due diligence? We've come upon things like this before.
And speaking of which, you're one to call me Weasel, spinning some tale about being
Are you
a
thankful
holy-
that you're in this house or not?
Well, yes.
Because Gabe got you in here, didn't he? Otherwise, you'd be out there in the cold, dying.
You'd be surprised how much more open people are to letting missionaries into their house than traveling prize fighters.
Just don't seem right taking advantage of these poor folks that way. That's all
In
I'm
what
saying.
way are we taking advantage of them?
I gave them my food. The
Fair
food
point.
that's sitting in
Maybe
your
you should
belly.
go
Fair
over by
point.
the stove and go to sleep.
Well, maybe
Possum,
I
if you
will.
feel like you're taken advantage of, you can
Now-
wander out into the cold and die.
Now I'm positive you're doing that on purpose.
I
'Cause
don't
there
think
ain't
it was
no
very
way
subtle.
You've missed the mark on the small rodent.
You're gonna go to sleep.
What
at some
is my
point,
nickname? What?
Right?
What?
You're going to sleep, right? Otherwise, you should get away from
Fine,
the fire.
yeah, I can see when I ain't wanted, I will just go over here and just go right to sleep. Thank you very much. Pleasure traveling with you folks.
Oh God, he
I was awake the whole time.
But it wasn't really, not in game.
You know, Ferret, he means well, but he comes off as kind of
Does
a
he?
mean. You know, he's the smallest fighter in the ring, and he has to stick out a little more than.
I have the wood. Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no, it's
Please,
fine.
I'll just get this fire started.
If you don't mind, I think I'm going to just step outside for a smoke real quick. The cold doesn't bother me as much, and I don't want to get the smoke in the bedroom, so I'll be right back.
Sure, it is dreadful cold outside, so don't
just
wander
a-
off too far. It's dark.
Just a minute, yes. I can't go to sleep without.
Gabe just shoots him a glare, but lets him do whatever.
All right. And she goes over and starts puttering and gets the stove lit. So you're going downstairs to step
Yeah.
outside and take smoke?
Yeah, I'm just going to go outside and close the door behind me.
Okay, so
I will light up a smoke.
You go downstairs, and Ainsley is just sitting on the chair, and he just sort of watches you come down and
I thought you'd be off to bed by now.
well, no, it's since we had quite a bit of a start, so I don't know if sleep's going to come too quickly now, and I'm trying to play the part of the gracious host, so.
I don't mean to intrude, but you cooked us such a nice meal, but I noticed you didn't have any yourself. Were you not hungry? Or I mean, you did make bowls for yourself. I just didn't.
Oh, well, it's been quite a while since my wife and I have had a good meal, and we're not unfamiliar with, going hungry, so it's often difficult to have such rich food in such large amounts right off the bat. It upsets a man's constitution.
Right.
We know better than to overindulge.
Right. No. All right. Well, I'm just put my pelt on a little tighter, and I'm just going to step outside for a smoke. I'll be right back in just a couple minutes.
All right, well, it is very cold outside, so
Doesn't bother me that much.
take care.
I'm used to it a little bit, and I'll be back in just a moment.
all right.
It doesn't bother me anyway.
All right, so you're walking outside?
Yeah, I'm going to step outside.
Okay, she
It's
is
the musical number. For
I'm sorry.
she is done getting the stove lit, and she just kind of bows her way out of the room and goes back downstairs. So what are you guys doing upstairs? Ferret is just grumpily rolled up on top of his bearskin by the stove, which is now emitting a low heat.
I think despite having a little bit of worries about just trusting these people and stuff, I think Gabe is exhausted. So he's probably going to try and go to sleep.
Okay.
Rose probably will too.
Okay.
She'll snuggle up next to Gabe.
Oh, okay. How missionary of you. James, what are you doing?
Well,
I'm reading. I just keep.
You gotta
poring
keep warm.
over this telegram.
True.
Okay, good point here. So you have this box that you've hardly had a chance to look at at all.
Oh yeah, I would try to open
Well,
it.
I left it downstairs unless we brought
Ah,
it.
crap.
I mean, you can go downstairs and get it if you want. And
Yeah,
he
sure.
is also.
Lava now.
Are you being sorry? Are you being at all covert about reading the
Not really.
telegram?
I'm just sort of kind of holding it up in the light of
So many
the
things to be curious about. Do I
I
see
know.
him doing that?
That's what I'm
light
asking.
of the stove. So
Oh yeah, if
I'm
I see
just-
him doing that, I'll. What you reading, James?
pulled this off the bear.
Reaching for things is painful in the world of Deadlands.
yeah, and also doesn't make any physical sense with the way the cameras are set
I
up
know.
now.
I should have handed it up.
Oh, I get
Man, if
down.
we could figure that out. There you go. Should I read it out loud or just read it to myself?
You can read it
Yeah,
out.
keep it a secret from chat.
Why?
Never let them know what's
No,
happening.
I'm just trying to figure out if I should be the one to read it out. Okay. Where?
You can hear Ferret starting to snore a little bit.
Then I'll read it.
If only Harold was here.
We would have Ferret. Work continues. Stop. Must meet up to discuss new direction. Stop. We'll meet you in Denver 1 month hence at usual time and place. Stop. Do not try to draw too much attention. Stop. This was on the bar. You think it's the Baron?
There's a tiny bit more on that telegram.
Oh, B and W? Yes.
It is addressed to
from
B. It is
and
signed
goes to
W.
What?
What do you think? Who do you think it's from?
My guess is it could be another lieutenant. Did we assess that I knew the
You
name?
do know the names of all. You know the names that all of the Baron's lieutenants go by.
Yeah.
You know that the Bear is one, and then of the remaining three are the Surgeon,
Yeah.
the Scorpion, I think I said. Hold on, double checking because that's important. Yes, the Scorpion and the Wraith.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, there's another one on my list named the Wraith. That W may signify him. I doubt the Baron would be sending messages himself.
You think this came from the bear then? Maybe?
It
Do I
came
hear
to the
this?
Bear.
It came to the bear from...
I don't imagine they're hiding it, so probably.
Yeah.
So I'm lying there. The Wraith. The Bear mentioned someone, the Wraith, when I was trying to throw him off his guard. He mentioned that I looked like the sort of person the Wraith would use.
Well, that's not good.
Well, looks like we're in the right place, though. Well, we were.
Well, the very fact that he said that means that perhaps there's some more dissension between your enemies than you believed.
It's possible. The Baron, from what I understand, he tends to manipulate and use people to his own ends. I would not be surprised to see someone of the Bear's statue making ripples in his own organization that he may want to crack the whip, as it were. But this Wraith is wholly unfamiliar to me. I know him by name, only very little about his reputation.
So you know loosely what each of the lieutenants is responsible for. I don't know if they can
Okay.
see that super clearly on
You
chat.
can. You can.
You can?
See it. Yes.
Oh man, those,
pretty cool.
those fake cigarettes look so awesome. You know that the Bear seemed to be in charge of like recruitment,
Okay.
although you don't fully know what that entails.
Oh. Maybe he was trying to recruit fighters.
The Scorpion
Or
never
have us
leaves
fight
the
him.
Baron's side.
Okay.
The Surgeon is somewhere else and seems to be in charge of research and development. And the Wraith is an enforcer of sorts.
All right. What I do know is by taking out the Bear, we have put a dent in this organization. We have stopped his supply of men. Probably where Howell and the others were heading was into some sort of training or indoctrination of some sort into the Baron's organization to become part of his personal army.
Well, I wonder then how long it will be before they realize that the Bear has been taken out of commission, I think.
According to this telegram, it won't be long. Seems this W will be in Denver very shortly.
The date of receipt on the telegram, which I forgot to write on there,
Yeah.
is dated today. So the day that you guys are currently in.
Within a month.
Yeah, the Bear received it on today's date, so you have a month from today at least.
Well, if we don't die on our way back to Denver, perhaps we can take advantage of that.
Sounds like that's where we need to go.
Sounds like.
100 miles back to Denver.
Well, some train's going to need to be coming through here. This was not operated by the Baron. So at some point, the train, which line was this?
Black River.
Black River line? I don't know about you guys. Well, I know a little bit, but I wasn't part of that.
But you've heard about it.
Yeah.
Probably not
We
a
are-
good line for us to be on.
Didn't part on the greatest of terms with the Black
Well,
River
I'm
folk.
sure after this event, you're definitely not going to be on good terms.
Well,
with
that
them.
being said, not many of them that knew us ended up getting away.
Whose names were on tickets?
That would be
Anyone's?
Howell's. I talked my way.
Nobody's name was actually on any ticket. The
Oh, it was
tickets that you had. This, you guys
This was shady as fuck.
Everyone knows this train was not supposed to be operated. It didn't load up at a station. It loaded up a couple miles outside of town in the dead of night.
Okay.
And this was not a full-size steam engine. This seemed to be like a private engine. You're not even entirely sure how it got on the tracks.
This is like Walt Disney's locomotive.
It is just like Walt Disney's locomotive.
Wow. Was there a dinosaur?
Sorry, what are we referencing?
I
What?
don't know fully. I just like going with things.
Walt
at the
Disney has a
table.
locomotive that like loads a couple miles out of town in the dead of night.
Yes. At midnight in
This explains
Anaheim,
so much.
just outside of Anaheim, every night there is a secret Walt Disney train
And
you
if
can
you're
get on,
quiet, you can hear Walt Disney say,
and you have the soul of a child.
All right.
All aboard!
Walt Disney did not voice Mickey Mouse.
actually, he did. Very early on.
Okay, you know what? We're getting off topic.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I was gonna say I thought he did.
Yeah.
Did you have you remembered the box?
Yeah. Well, I was interested by this.
Oh, I know.
But he's still not back, I assume, right? You're
Well,
still-
he's only been gone for. I'm about to jump back down to him.
Yeah, I'll probably just be like, I'll be right back, and go downstairs.
And as you start going down the stairs, we'll follow down in there. So you stepped outside to have a cigarette. Is that all you're trying to do?
You die of
No.
exposure.
So
It has gotten colder outside.
I'm like, all right.
Gabe will just go
Alright.
to sleep now. So
Can I have water?
Okay.
no.
All right, Hal.
Water and a beer.
All right, Hal. What's
All right, Howell having a quiet moment to himself.
what was that noise? It came from the barn.
Will a LaCroix do? Because there's no just water.
Just wait for the drink assignment.
I'm sorry.
I feel like I hear voices in the wind.
And you want a
They're whispering your
Tecate?
name.
Sure.
Do you hear that, Ghost Bogue? Oh God!
I came down here for a smoke as well, but I climbed out the
There
window
can
and
only
dropped
one
down.
smoking
And
carrier.
I'm
Who
here
did
for
that?
a LaCroix.
One coat, one smoke.
I was smoking before you were.
Two spoke.
Is wait,
Yes.
hold on. Let's wait for everyone to get their drinks.
Man, another
Okay.
drink would be
Thank
so
you, thank you,
nice
thank
right
And
now.
I'm dead.
All right, and Howell has died of frostbite.
Okay, so I'm out there in my pelts and just looking around. I'm like, okay, Hal, what is wrong with this picture? And I'm looking around, and how far is the barn?
The barn is kind of catty corner to the house that you're in, so it's further south of the rail line than the house is. And it's probably like a good 40 feet from the house.
I like that Hal has gone from like the all that stuff's crazy to being like the trust nobody. Everything is crazy now.
Are we in like blizzard conditions or?
It is not blizzard conditions, but the wind is howling, and it's just
Howling?
shy of blizzard
'Cause
conditions.
I was picturing the beginning of Hateful Eight.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen that.
Okay.
You didn't?
Oh.
Cancel the
It's a
stream.
Tarantino.
Can we do a Wildcards Hateful Eight?
We'll talk about Walt Disney and Tarantino films later. Howell is on the porch having a cigarette.
I look around, and as I finish my cigarette, I throw it into the snow, and I make a dash for the barn.
Make a notice roll.
Whoa.
Okay.
Or are you just, hold on, before you make this notice roll, are you just in a,
Well, I was looking around first, and then
make a notice roll?
if I didn't see anything, I would dash. to the
Okay,
barn.
make a notice roll.
That's a fail, but I'm gonna re-roll
Re-roll it.
Okay.
because I got a bunch.
First one
of
was free, but this one
goals.
is not.
That's all right.
Do them go?
That's all right.
That's an ace.
8.
So you look around and you see Ainsley and Nancy at the window, just kind of looking out at you.
I am asleep and I need to pee. so-
Okay. Gabriel is asleep, but
shit.
he needs to pee.
He pees on the floor.
Yeah.
He's a sleep peer.
It's awful. Been a problem since I was very young.
Rosaline's learned not to.
She snuggles, but not that close. And never from the front.
Whoa!
Oh no,
Okay.
he's destroyed the natural environment.
Roll for holding it. I'm just gonna kind of take out another cigarette and light it, and just kind of give him a wave.
Ainsley just kind of nods at you from the window. But Nancy kind of looks out and she comes over to the door and cracks it open. And Rosaline, you see this happening as you're walking down the stairs. You see Ainsley standing at the window and Nancy peeking the door open and being like, "You might want to come inside. It's getting powerful cold out here, and it looks like the storm's just gonna get worse. So
Yeah, just one more
Look
cig.
at you, you're shivering. No, we'll put that thing out and come inside. I insist.
No, I just,
He likes to have his smoke.
Oh, you startled
Sorry,
me.
didn't mean to startle you. We left something downstairs. I just needed to come down.
Oh, sure. Your metal box. Miss, maybe you can help me prevail to his common sense. He's gonna catch his death out there.
He's actually quite. He can take care of himself.
I'm
quite
fine,
well.
actually. It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
You know, you don't have to worry. I'll make sure he comes inside. You all can head off to bed if you need to. We don't want to inconvenience
I
you.
just wouldn't feel right letting you all just stay out in the dark and the cold. I'm just gonna stay right here until I make sure he's in safe.
What was that? I heard a noise from the barn. I'm a really bad actor. So,
Make a persuade roll, and you are going to modify this by your charisma.
which is -2.
Correct, because you have that
Alright.
garish white streak in your hair.
Doesn't make me look sexy at all.
No, it does not. It makes you look kind of unsettling.
Wait, this is persuade?
Yeah.
Oh, I do not have a D6 in persuade. What
Yeah.
am I doing? I have a D4, untrained. So
All
is
right,
that
so D4 minus 4.
-4,
Oh
great.
my.
Time for a billion aces. There's one.
All right. Well, you got a 2.
I got a 2.
A 2.
Pretty amazing
Okay.
in the scheme of things.
All right, they got a 4. You see Ainsley kind of stiffen up, and Nancy kind of just whips around for a bit, but then she goes, I didn't hear anything. Now, are you playing games? You get this. This is no joke. Plus, you're letting all the hot air out. Get
To
inside.
be honest, I don't know why you're so concerned with him having a smoke.
Well, I just don't want to have anybody just get hurt or anything on my watch.
Well, that's very-
There's been enough of that this winter. So if you could just
Are
please,
you talking about your daughter?
Miss.
No, I'm pretty sure I heard something. I'm just gonna go look at the barn. I'll be right back. I don't want any, wolves or something.
He spent a lot of time out in the wilderness on his own.
Mister,
I start walking away.
you're upsetting my wife.
No, I'll be right.
Hold on. Now we have opened up our homes to you, but I have to say that you're coming across a bit like you are prying. And now I am not comfortable having strangers in my home. But my wife has prevailed on my better nature, and I do not much care for seeing her get upset. Now, if you could please just see it in your Christian heart to come inside and just put her mind at ease.
No, you're right. I'm sorry. I walk back in. No, that's where my manners. It is your home, your rules, and I apologize. I'm gonna make my way to bed now.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
Do not
seem
apologize.
cross.
No, at all. No,
Come here, Nancy. And she seems a bit shaken. I'm sorry. It's been a very hard winter.
You keep saying that. Is this something we should? What?
Did you shared that information with him, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's just being
This
obtuse.
isn't that strange a thing to say.
Well, no, I know about. I know about your daughter, but
Please, I think it's been a very long night, and we could all just use some rest.
I agree. I'm gonna make my way to bed.
Thank you.
I'll take the box upstairs.
Okay.
I'll take that.
Okay.
All right.
So you guys head back upstairs?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna try to open it.
Okay. The box does not have any discernible hinge or opening. Now that you look at it more clearer inside, it appears to be a solid metal rectangle. However, you can definitely feel that there is something moving around slightly inside of it when you move it and shake it, but it does not appear to have any opening mechanism.
It seems less useful than most boxes.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy, right? You all see that there's no hinge, no latch on this box.
Maybe just part of the train.
Don't mind him.
Maybe it's just part of the train. Just made the train work. I don't really know how trains work, but
Do any of you have the repair skill?
Oh, I almost took that skill, and I did.
did.
Did not.
Yeah.
You did at one point.
I did at one point. I guess I don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
I have a D12 in boating.
A D12? No, you don't. All right.
In your dreams that you're having right now.
Yeah.
I'm on a boat. I'm like Gabe is just gloriously boating across the
But
Mississippi.
you're really just peeing.
That's all.
That's all that water.
That's all he ever dreamed about.
It's a golden ocean.
That's
So
not canon, everybody.
you make a common knowledge roll at a -2. You guys make a common knowledge roll at a -4.
What's a
my
common knowledge
goodness.
roll?
Just smarts.
Just smarts. Just
I want to use these fancy die.
Because you have some experience with mechanical stuff and,
I do,
and like
yeah.
just fixing things around your ranch.
6
aced it.
at a minus what? Who?
4.
9
So-
minus 5.
5?
2.
2.
I only got a 1.
1. So you guys are just sort of looking at this and puzzling it out in the low light of the room from the stove. James, to you, something about this metal that the box is made out of seems familiar, and you kind of take it and heft it a bit. It definitely feels lighter than it seems like it should, and you remember Rose mentioning, or maybe you saw it, or at some point she told you about how it was thrown from the flaming train, but it itself did not seem to be super hot. And you start to think that this box is made out of ghost steel.
Oh.
Oh.
That's what happens when steel dies with unfinished business.
Yeah, correct. It's haunting you, Miss Byrne. What? This is ghost steel. It's yeah, this is definitely ghost steel.
Yeah.
Whatever. No, I got it.
It's more like a trunk.
It's smaller.
It's like that.
Smaller in his hands.
And it's shrinking.
this.
oh, thank you for that.
Pretty sure.
Delicious.
Oh, hey,
The
thank
host
you.
says a silent protagonist.
Hey, thanks.
Oh, look at this. I'll like feel around the edges. Yeah,
That's
something
ghost steel.
like. I mean, ghost steel is going to be whatever's inside of here is most likely very valuable. I wouldn't put anything in ghost steel that you wouldn't want
Then we
to.
should definitely get it open.
You also know that most people that make a habit of crafting things out of ghost steel tend to be associated with the new science movement.
So, how does it open then? Is this common for ghost steel to be solid?
On that, you have no idea.
Yeah. I don't know. You'd likely need someone with more smarts than me.
I don't know much about ghosts or steels, but I feel like
Or rocks, or ghosts, or what is
steel
this
rocks.
ghost thing you keep talking about?
I don't know much about either of those things, but
Wow!
Thank
you
you.
very much.
but I feel like if somebody made a contraption, a cage or something with no door to open it, maybe it should just stay closed.
Oh no, we must get it open. I mean, if someone's going to have it closed like this, it's all the more reason to figure out what's inside, because it's probably quite valuable, which means we can make some money off of it.
Now, Miss Byrne, I know you're the curious type, but some of these things should probably just remain behind closed doors.
I don't think most things should not remain behind closed doors, actually.
Will you guys make a vigor roll for me? Not you, Gabe. And also, we have unlocked plot armor.
Oh.
So thank you very much, Mysterious
Thank
Strangers.
you,
I will
Strangers.
add a third plot armor token to our little plot armor. We are also $25 away from our final tier. So thank you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you very much.
Shit, thank you.
No more pumpkin.
Oops, I got it. You.
I hate pumpkins.
It's all right, Gabe.
Is that true?
4.
Yeah, no,
Four?
it is.
All right.
Vampire 54. Thank you very much.
The
That's
best
awesome.
vampire.
That is the last reward tier. And this
Yay!
one, I will not
Thank you,
even
guys.
name.
Thanks, y'all.
This
Oh,
one
oh,
is a
God.
secret
Oh, my.
between you guys and me.
Please be careful. Tell me.
now.
Don't tell them.
Whispering.
Never mention it.
them
You know
about
what?
you.
I will tell you guys the name of this one. This one is called Secret Curses.
Oh,
I know what it is.
didn't know that
Is
one.
this gonna be like? I feel like in one of our like first sessions we unlocked something and it like wasn't relevant until like midway through season 2. Is this gonna be the case with this?
Thank you guys very much.
It's gonna be like season 5, and you're gonna be like, you might remember.
Let's
Oh
go
my
back.
God.
Another $25 and it's canceled.
Yeah.
And I will I'll throw this out here. Since you guys have so awesomely blown through all of my reward tiers, if we hit $300 in tips, I will put the blood and guts setting rule into effect next session, which means they will be able to use fate chips to reroll damage rolls if they want to. But that's not until next session.
Yeah.
Blood and guts.
Oh man.
So thank you guys.
Now, I don't
Yes,
know much
thank
about
you.
blood or guts. But
Okay, so Gabe's
It's ghost blood and ghost guts.
What was your vigor roll?
Comfortable with one or the other.
2 on your vigor roll.
I had 4.
4.
Wait, do I have a
6.
minus because of my
6.
fatigue?
Yeah, you would have a minus to every roll because of fatigue. 1. You are really tired. This has been a very long evening. It has been an exhausting evening, and you are feeling this all come crashing down on you. You guys are doing okay, but you're still all just sort of coming down from the adrenaline high of the train and surviving the snow and everything that's been going on. You guys are feeling tired.
I think I'm gonna have to figure out this box in the morning.
I think that's a good idea. Why don't you wrap yourself up in that pelt?
I will. Let me know if you need anything. This strange folk.
I think we'll be okay tonight.
Hope so. I'll go over to Gabe and go to sleep.
Okay.
I'll nudge him if he's snoring.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait.
There are no pumpkins. No boats.
I love boats.
I don't know what a boat is. I don't know about these ghost boats.
Ghost boats. 2 boats both.
Are you going to sleep as well?
I am going to stay up a little while longer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit down against the wall
I'm
wherever I can
safe.
find a corner and pull out my flask of whiskey and just start taking some sips.
Okay. So you guys are sitting up for a bit. So Rosaline lies down and curls up with Gabe, and after a little bit, her soft sleep noises start to add to the mix of Gabe and Ferret. And you guys just kind of sit there
You want some
in silence.
whiskey? Nightcap?
No, I'm all right. Thanks, though. And just keep gnawing on my pipe. This came in.
For you?
Well, in a way, it was on the bear.
Oh,
So for him, by way of someone else dying.
Till I get all my mail, I kill people. Just take it now.
This is mine now.
B. Where continue style must mean to discuss direction style. We'll meet you in 10 or 1 month. That's the usual time and place. Tension. Huh. What do you think it means?
Well, Baron has an associate named the Wraith. My assumption is this is from him to the bear. I don't know how a gentleman as the bear is would have not drawn any attention,
You're telling me.
but seems we are on the right track anyway. Now I just have to figure out how to get back to Denver. Something about this place where we're at right now.
You mean this farm?
Mm-hmm.
It's odd, isn't it? Something's off.
Ferret sits up. God damn it.
What?
And he stands up and gets his pelt and starts wrapping it up around him, and he turns and starts like shuffling to the door.
Where you going, Ferret?
I'm gonna go find the outhouse. I knew I shouldn't have had that broth right before bed with the storm out there, everything being so cold. Ugh. Don't be quiet, don't wake up everybody else. And he just goes out the door and starts shuffling down the stairs.
Were they still awake down there?
They were, yeah. They wouldn't let me stay out too long.
Did you see an outhouse out there?
Did I?
You probably didn't, but you didn't see the whole,
Right,
the
just
sum
the
of their
front bit.
property, and it's a safe assumption that they have an outhouse,
Right.
because they don't seem like they have indoor plumbing.
No, I didn't see it out front. I saw the barn, and they were calling me back before I could make my trip over there. I did want to see what was inside of it, but they don't Want me to stay outside for too long?
Well, it's probably for the best.
It is mighty cold out there. It's just odd. Now, I'm not usually the paranoid type, as you know, but something's off. Something feels off.
Well, I just feel if you were on a farm and things were not panning out, you would not stay there for this long.
Well,
Especially if you were this far from town.
if it's your family home, it'd take quite a season for you to leave everything behind and find a new shelter.
Yeah,
People get attached, you know?
for them not to have anything.
They did look mighty thin.
Well,
Actually, since you guys are back, will both of you make a notice roll for me?
Yes.
And you are asleep, so make it at a -4.
I got a 7 with a -4. That's a 3.
Got a 1.
No, wait, that's for the heavy sleeper hindrance. -2. -2. So
Then
5, right?
It's a 5.
Yes.
3.
Okay. When
I could fate chip it too. I've got.
no, you're good. When Ferret stands up, he kind of has to step over you guys. So you stir and sort of come half awake, and you can hear them talking.
Oh. What are we gonna do tomorrow?
well, I reckon we'll see if we can maybe find a ride. Maybe they have horses in that barn or something.
Ugh. I hate to be the voice of reason here, but do you think if they had a horse or an easy way to get to Denver, they would still be here right now?
That's my concern.
There's something keeping them here, and I assume it is simply the fact that we are 100 miles from any sort of civilization.
Will you 3 make a notice roll for me at a -2?
All right, I am going to add a d6 today.
Whoa.
That's my
That
first
was
miss.
the worst flip at martial I've ever done. Flip it. Easily. Easily.
So you're spending that as a blue?
I'm spinning as a blue.
Okay. Oh, you added a 1 too.
I actually added a 3
Oh,
because
ah.
I've got Elan, which it was -2,
It was.
so that's just enough to put me at 4.
Okay.
I got a 3.
3?
I rolled a 4.
Okay.
-2 is a 2.
Yes.
But I have alertness.
Which gives you a +2. So
so
also a
that's a
4.
Wow.
So
But
how-
then you also then
So how-
-2 and +3 and -4.
You're just kind of thinking and taking it all in. You guys, and it's hard to be sure, but from somewhere outside, you think you hear what sounds like the faint cry of a baby.
All right. I'm not the only one who's hearing that.
And it just happens once and stops.
I move over to the window and look out.
What'd you hear? Was it a ferret?
Bogue, what are you looking out the window for?
Heard something out there. I mean,
No.
if it's an animal or something, we need food too. So,
I might be a little muddled. I'm still half asleep, but I could have sworn I heard a child outside.
A child out in this storm.
You're looking out, and you can see very dimly through the snow. It's very hard to make out, but you're kind of looking out towards the back of the house, so you can see a little bit of the barn out the window, and you can see an outhouse out there as well.
I don't see the ferret. Do I see the ferret? Anything?
No,
Is it still snowing?
it is, and it's dark, so
Yeah.
it's hard. You can see the outline of a building that looks very small that you're assuming would be the outhouse.
Yeah. I don't see anything out there. It's probably just the wind howling. I'm not certain what a child would be doing all the way out here.
Well, both of us heard it.
Sure, but
How long has the ferret been gone?
It's probably been about 10 minutes or so at this point.
I'll take a pelt and wrap it around me. Hitch my gun belt back up and gotta break water myself. And I'll head down the stairs. And
Okay. Are you just going down to use the restroom?
yeah,
Okay. You have no ulterior motive.
Well, yes.
You can be honest with me.
Yeah.
It's very important that you're honest with me so I know what's happening.
Yeah.
So you're not just going down to use the bathroom.
No, I mean I'm going to make sure that the ferret went down, used the restroom. If he heard anything, I want to check with him.
Okay.
But otherwise, yeah, I'm just going to use the restroom.
Okay. So you walk down the stairs and you can see that the fire has burned down to embers. Make a notice roll at a -2 for me.
Let's see. -2 is a 3 plus 2 is 5.
5?
Yeah.
You notice that the cook pot isn't on the fire anymore. And then you open the door, and you are struck by biting, chilling wind, and you head out around the side of the house, heading towards the outhouse.
Yeah.
Okay. It is very cold.
I'm going to watch from the window upstairs.
So watching from the window upstairs, it's hard to make anything out, but after a few moments, you can barely discern the dark shape of James trudging out towards the outhouse. So you head over to the outhouse, and it is, now that you're out there, and very clearly an outhouse, and the door is closed.
Bang, bang. Ferret, you in there?
No response.
Jiggle the door, see if it's locked or anything.
It's not. It opens up easily. It's definitely an outhouse. It's definitely empty.
Look down the hole.
Ferret, though he is a slender gentleman, is not so slight that he would fall into the outhouse hole without trying very hard to make his way in there. You wouldn't put it past him,
right?
But he doesn't appear to be down in the filth.
I glance behind me and then I shut the door behind me.
Okay.
And use the restroom.
Okay.
Roll for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reroll.
Oh, critical fail. Oh no.
I've got a D8 and pooping.
That's a different Savage Worlds campaign. All right, so you use the restroom.
I use the restroom.
Okay. And you guys all see James kind of stand there and look inside and then go inside and close the door. And then a little while later, very cold and like trying to rub some warmth back into his body, the door opens and James comes back out.
And I'll take another look around and then just head back towards the house.
Okay.
Well, if Bogue went in there, what happened to Ferret?
Can't we ever just have a night where we walk into a house and go to sleep?
Nah. All right, so you head back inside, back into the warmth and the lack of howling wind, and you head back upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay. It's James Bogue, everybody.
Hey, guys.
James.
You again pass the closed door on your right as you head down the hallway to the guest room that you're all sleeping in.
James, I hate to ask the obvious, but you didn't happen to run into any rather obnoxious, gangly fighters on your way back, did you?
No. I there was no indication that anyone had come that way.
What?
Well, we could take this as a blessing from God.
Make another notice roll at just normal, no penalties, Rosaline.
2.
You are still asleep.
Real tired.
You were so tired. Oh my gosh.
Tired. I carried that box.
You did, yeah.
For
It was
part of the
awkward.
way.
It was awkward.
Sleepy.
No, I feel like we should maybe look for him, but these people don't like us snooping around their home.
Well, I said, why look a gift horse in the mouth? If the ferret has disappeared, I see that as only a good thing for the rest of us.
Well, I don't know about that. We certainly don't need the ferret around here, but if something did happen to him, it would be good to know that.
Yes. Did you notice our hosts on your way down?
I did not see them, although the door is closed to the room down the hall.
All right.
Maybe we should just knock and let him know to maybe leave the door unlocked so he could get back in if he's...
They never came upstairs. Their sleeping areas seem to be downstairs.
Oh,
There was another
the
door
door
off the
that he
kitchen.
saw was upstairs?
Yeah,
or-
you guys passed it on the way. The hallway upstairs just goes past 2 doors. There's one that's closed, and there's one that you were let into, which Nancy told you was the guest bedroom.
Maybe he came back and wandered into a different room because he's an idiot.
Could have.
I wouldn't put it past him.
All right. Well,
All right. I'm awake anyway.
yeah, I'm gonna get up and just put on a pelt and walk to the hallway
Okay. Are you trying to move quietly?
as quietly as I can, I guess.
Yep.
All right, so make a stealth roll for me.
I will too. I'll go with him.
Okay, both of you make a stealth roll.
All right.
I'm not good at stealth.
Are you staying here with Rosaline?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, you know, I'm not trying to be stealthy. There's no reason to, for me.
Okay.
I guess I'll try and be stealthy.
You do
still. 4 aced. Boom. Stealthy
Nice.
shit. Double ace. Boom. I'm so stealthy.
Triple ace.
Triple ace.
What?
Woo. I'm a
Quadruple ace.
Boom, boom, boom. And then a 1.
Don't add it to the ace count. It's only for,
Only
for
that
that
13.
Jordan.
Oh.
Draw a fate chip for a crazy high ace.
Just a white.
Just a white.
Oh, wow.
The legend chip remains.
Can I draw one for going to the bathroom?
No.
Aw.
But
Can I
you did
draw
a
one for
good
being
job.
asleep?
Can I re-roll that?
No. Well, you know what? Sure. But you
I
have to
don't
keep
want
the final result. So what was your total for stealth?
That was quadruple ace and a 1, so that was 13.
13. Okay. So you kind of walk out down the hall.
Quadruple ace? That's
16
17.
plus
17.
Math.
17. So a success with several raises.
I feel bad for not being stealthy now.
So you just sort of like clomp down the hall, and you're heading toward that closed door.
Yeah.
Before the like just before the landing to the
And I
stairs.
glide like a shadow.
You have no idea Gabe has followed you actually. So you get to that door, and Gabe, you're probably hanging back just a little bit from Howell. So you don't know he's here.
And you know what? I'm no, I don't have any real reason to raise any suspicion. I was gonna say that I have my hand on my gun, but I don't think I do.
Also, you don't have a gun to have a hand on unless you're holding a Bible or a cane.
I mean, I can take it out of the Bible.
You can,
That's
but
allowed.
you would have to do that.
no.
Otherwise, you have your hand on your Bible.
Well, I could do that.
Then do that.
Or,
That's
no,
a much
I
more
don't.
fun image.
All right, yeah, I have my hand on my Bible.
All right, hand on his Bible. Very quiet, like. Are you opening the door?
Ferret, you in there?
Gabe is now standing directly behind Howell, and Howell has no idea. There is no answer.
I checked the door to see if it's unlocked.
It is unlocked.
Creak it open.
Okay. There is a window in here, but the shades are drawn, so it's very dark. You can just make out a couple of like dark shapes that look like they might be furniture.
Okay. I'm gonna just peek inside and then look around the hallway and probably realize that Gabe is right behind me.
Yeah, at this point you realize Gabe is right behind you. Would you make a guts roll for me, please?
Oh my god.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh my god, I was like, no.
That's scary.
And he dies of a heart. No, don't make an actual guts
I want to
roll.
do it for me. Okay.
Wait.
So it was a 4.
Don't make an official guts roll.
No, this is just to see if I yelp.
Oh, okay.
This is just for me.
This is just for
Sure,
Gabe.
it's a
character
role-playing
choice.
role.
Yeah.
I like it. Roll.
It's too
playing.
dark to see what's in this room with the shades drawn, basically.
Okay. So I turn to see Gabe and yelp and fall down the stairs and die. I go, Gabe, hi. Oh, you help.
Oh, perhaps we've already established that these people aren't particularly interested in us snooping around their business. If we are going to do so, let's perhaps do it with a little bit of discretion.
I thought you didn't want to snoop, and now you got your hand on your Bible.
Yeah, well, what can I say? My worst nature got a hold of me.
All right, come on in. Let's see what's in here.
All right, so you guys are heading into the room?
Yeah.
Are you going to pull
I
it?
whip open my Bible and I take out my harmonica.
Oh, wow! What a
Play a
twist.
jaunty tune.
Fwah, fwah.
Are you opening the shades?
Yeah, I'll walk in and pull open the shades.
Okay, so you pull the curtain aside, and the scant light from outside kind of casts a pale gloom into the room, but you can see what looks like a small bed that has been neatly made that has several dolls on it, and other bits and pieces, a tiny rough chair that looks child-sized. It looks to be a young girl's room.
Well, now I don't feel like we should be in here at all.
No, I agree with you on that.
I'm gonna,
We've already pried a little too hard into these people's business.
yeah, I'm gonna close the shades and start making my way out of the room.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
No. I can't help but wonder, though, what has happened to our weaselly friend.
I don't know him that well. He probably got lost around the house or something. It's kind of a big place, isn't it? We could look around a little more. Are there any more doors on this? It's just that hallway.
Nope.
One door.
Just the guest room,
Great.
the little girl's room, and the stairs.
Look, let's go downstairs and just explain
All right.
to the owners that, hey, our friend's lost.
No,
maybe.
look. We've already impeded on these people enough. Let's just go down, look around on our own to find Weasel wherever he happens to be making himself unwelcome, and head on back up to bed and get the rest that hopefully is all that we came here to get.
All right. Lead the way.
All right.
All right, so you guys are heading downstairs?
Yeah.
Okay. So the fire has burned down to just like dying embers, so there's not a whole lot of light in the room down here. You see the chairs and everything where you sat and ate earlier. You see that rectangular shape covered by a blanket in the corner. You see the hallway down to the kitchen area and what you assume is the door to their sleeping quarters. And that's pretty much it. They don't have a whole lot in their
Do
home.
we see any sign of ferret anywhere? Or?
No.
You said they had a barn out back.
They out front, yeah. They got a barn.
You think he could have ducked into there on his way back?
I suppose, but they really did not want me out there.
James, make another notice roll at a -2 upstairs. Oh, ace.
Ooh.
7, 8.
8.
Wait, that was
I think it's just a 7.
7, but +2.
Minus
oh,
two.
-2. So it's, yeah, just a 7.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah! You again hear the faint cry of an infant from somewhere. It seems like it's coming from out in the night, but it's very faint. And you're not 100% sure that's what it is. It could just be an animal that sounds like that.
I'm going to go over to Rose and gently try and shake her awake.
Yeah. I just don't have to roll for that, right?
To be woken up?
Yeah.
No,
okay.
you do not.
I don't know. You looked at me and I was like, what? What is it?
Rose, I'm sorry to wake you up.
Where's Gabe?
Gabe is gone, Ferret is gone, and Howl are gone.
Where's everyone? Is everything all right?
I think so far.
Oh my god. Ferret. So reassuring, James.
Compared to most of the time?
I'm not good with
Yes.
human emotion. Ferret stepped out to break water and has not returned. And Gabe and Howl have gone in search of him, and they are still looking for him as far as I know. I just wanted to let you know, I heard that sound again. You were asleep? Was she asleep?
She's asleep
Yeah,
both
she
times.
might hear
Both times, okay.
We were the ones who heard.
Okay,
it first.
right. There's a sounded somewhat like a child crying. I don't know from where. I went out earlier and used the restroom. I saw nothing.
A child outside?
I don't know where it was coming from exactly. It just, the sound just happened.
We should try to find it, right? Just in case?
Well, I tried. It's the wind is too much out there. It's too cold to go searching.
Well, should we go and find Gabe and Howl?
I'm not certain it would look proper to have all four of us just tromping around the house late at night. We've already caused these people so much distress just coming here in the middle of the night. But I must say I'm a tad perplexed and upset over the sounds that I'm hearing.
I don't know, it feels like something we should at least look into. Maybe if we can just go out into the hall and see where they are and come back if we can't find them soon enough.
All right.
So you guys walk out into the hall, and Gabriel, I'm picturing is kind of down in the downstairs area, and Howl, I picture you standing at the foot of the stairs. Does that work for you guys?
Sure. Yes.
So you can see Howl down at the bottom of the stairs. Howl, the rectangular shape in the corner of the room that's covered by a blanket again catches your eye. And you've seemed fairly inquisitive about what's going on at this house. Do you care to investigate that at all?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna whisper to Gabe, like, "Psst, about this box."
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but simply through listening to what they've said, my guess is that that is their child's casket.
Is it that size?
It's hard to tell. It's just a large rectangular.
It's that large? That seems awfully large for a child.
You can see
Well,
how
they
you two can
come in
see
all
Howl talking
sizes.
downstairs.
Children or boxes?
Both.
You're right. I don't know much about children or boxes, but I feel
I think
like
you know a fair amount about boxes. I don't know
I
if
do
that's
know
fair
a
to say.
little bit about boxes, and this one seems odd to me.
I'm just saying, if you are going to investigate that, then there is a very real chance that you are going to find something that is rather personal to our
Oh,
host.
well, I'm not going to open it. Let me just look
All
at
right,
it.
all right.
Howl,
What?
did you find something?
No. Why
James,
are you
they're
awake?
over. James woke me up.
I'll go down
If
towards
everyone's
them.
going to
Okay.
be looking for things, then might as well. I don't want to leave her alone.
All right, no, that's fair. So I'm going to just take the... There was a blanket on top of it, you said? Like a... Yeah, I'm going to just take that off and see if there's any markings, anything written?
It's a crib.
It's a crib.
Well, I misread that. But I think that I believe that the spirit of what I suggested is still rather true.
The crib looks new.
But does it look used at all? Like-
If so, only gently.
For sale, baby shoes, never worn. Hemingway.
Well, let's see. You two were in the... All right, both of you make a smarts roll.
Smirts.
Aced.
Nice.
We're Ace City.
Nice.
Whoa.
Yeah,
All these aces. Oh my God.
Triple A!
You've stolen his aces.
Quadruple
Oh my God.
And then a 2.
Is it because you bought these
that's on
dice for us?
26.
No, it's quadruple ace.
So it's only 12.
So a 26.
That was a 26.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was on a D6. That was on my wild die.
Holy cow.
What did you roll? It's not really important, but what did you roll?
A 10.
A 10. Really
So
good
did
roll.
I succeed?
Really good roll.
Now,
This, you notice, you
these
think about all
equations
this
come
stuff
up in a
Gee,
just
you want
way
an aces. It's a
slower.
whole new meeting now.
Way slower. I already gave you a fate chip for that, so I'm not going to give you another one right now. But
I'm absolutely with you on that.
immediately,
I don't know what we're going to do with all these.
looking at this crib and the condition it's in, its relative newness, you realize that the room you were in upstairs was a little girl's room. This is an infant's crib.
Ah.
And immediately something about that, the timeline of it seems wrong for a new crib to be here. This doesn't add up. You eventually arrive at the same conclusion after he starts. A 10 is a really good roll. You arrive at it before he starts talking, but he just immediately Sherlock's his way out of this.
Yeah, I get like a little pause in my mind. It's like putting things together.
For some reason, like a square
Child
root
dolls.
of like 81 is there.
It's 9.
Yeah.
Hal's just like, box, girl.
Not fair! Where would they have it down here?
What is this crib?
All right. Well, it seems that there's one more child in this equation than was mentioned earlier, so either our hosts are holding something from us, or they have had a much worse winter than they are even letting on.
There might be another child. Oh, you already said it. All right.
Again, a 10 is a great roll.
James heard a baby crying, so maybe there is one here
I
somewhere.
heard,
I heard the
it
same
again.
You did.
I heard it again.
Where?
I couldn't make out where it was coming from.
Gabe takes off his glasses and rubs his eyes, a la the intro.
Oh.
Well, they've been real weird about us going to the barn. I can't imagine they'd have a child in the barn, but maybe that's where it would be. Maybe it's more than a barn.
That's
Well-
true. They've been keeping us out. As soon as we got here, we were saying we could just hold up in the barn. At least they mentioned that we could. And they were against it from the get-go.
Yeah, which seems strange. They'd rather have perfect strangers come into their house than go to their barn when
Well-
we offered it.
Not to mention now we have one of our associates missing. So perhaps that's the best place to search.
Yes.
It's time to go.
Get your belts on.
Give me 1 second. I want to go over and try and make my way to their door
Okay.
and see if I can have any signs of them being in the room, being asleep.
Stealthily?
Anything like that. Yes.
Make a stealth roll for me.
So that's a 3, but I'm going to re-roll. I did it better this time.
It's
You
pretty
know,
good.
the new arrangement of the tables.
You could just put it right in the
thrown
hat.
off.
That's fine. I like catching them. It's fun for me.
We've got a whole thing.
We do have a thing.
All right, that's a 2 plus 2 for Alon.
Okay. So a 4.
Yes.
So you are not gliding like a ghost as you were behind
No.
Howell earlier. You're a bit distracted by everything, but you do manage to move quietly over to their door. It is closed, and with the sound of the wind outside, you can't really hear much from inside of there. Do you want to try and open it?
Yep.
Okay. I won't make you make another stealth roll for that. So you kind of
Just a crack.
yeah, very quietly try and pull it open. And again, the shades are drawn in here, so it's very hard to see much of anything. It's dark. But you can see the outline of the bed, and it doesn't seem like anyone is on it.
All right, let's make our way to the barn. As far as I can, I come back to them before I say this. As far as I can tell, I do not see any of them in the room, but I could be incorrect. I could not quite see anything, and I did not want to wake them if they were.
All right.
Let's make our way to the barn. Now, let's not jump to any conclusions here.
All right, we're going to have to dash like hell because it is a blizzard out there. Ready to go?
Yes.
All right.
All right. I open the door.
All right, so you guys head outside, so you can see the barn. And now that you all are looking at it in the dark, you can see that the door of the barn is open and just sort of like banging against the side of the barn in the wind. So you guys running across?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys dash across the snow and hold your pelts tight against you until you are you just running right into the barn?
Unless we
Yeah.
see something else, yeah.
You don't, it's just dark in there.
Yeah.
So you're running across and you run into the darkness of the barn. It's still cold, it's still windy, not quite as much as it is.
Not bring my lantern. to my
And
backpack.
you just see a fairly empty barn. There's a loft that goes up to like what looks like a hay loft.
Okay.
There are a couple of empty animal stalls. There's some tools and stuff set up. There is what looks like a large wooden, like something that would be hitched behind a horse.
Okay.
No sign of horses. And there is in the corner, there is an open trap door leading down to what looks like some sort of basement dug beneath the barn.
Oh, God. I'm having flashbacks.
There is faint light coming from down there as well.
If we find the burned ghost of some poor couple
Don't
down there,
even
I'm
say
going to
it,
be very
don't.
upset.
Don't. I'm just gonna peer down and see if I see anything, and just sort of half whisper, half say, "Ferret."
So, in what order are you doing all of those things?
I'm gonna walk over.
This is important.
I'm gonna walk over. I'm
Okay.
gonna kneel down.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick my head down, not all the way in, but just like peeking so I can see kind of around the corners.
Make a notice roll for me.
Okay. That's a 4.
Okay, so you walk over and you kneel down, but before you can even put your face down in there, you are just assaulted by a stench that is just foul coming up from back there, and you can literally feel it creep up into your nose, and it just kind of gives you pause. I won't make you make a guts roll for this, like a nausea roll, but it is, you have to steady yourself for a bit. It is a powerful scent. And you hear slight whispering coming from down below there.
Can we smell it?
You every now and then catch a waft of something unpleasant, but it doesn't, where he is, it is much more powerful.
Something's down there.
You also start to hear something howl. It sounds kind of like flies.
I hear flies. It smells god awful.
I open the Bible and take the word out
Okay.
just to have it ready, and I'm gonna make my way over to Hal on the trapdoor.
Pull out a knife.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it looks like the trap door is just stairs that are like wooden stairs that are just sort of built into the earth that go down in a really narrow, like earthen passageway and then open up into the basement below, but you can't see in there. You do see there appears to be some sort of like candlelight or torchlight coming up from down there. And now you can all hear like faint whispering.
And can we smell it?
Yes, as soon as you're over here, you immediately, just the wave of stench comes up.
I'm gonna use a pelt to try to cover as much of my face as I can to get the smell out of there and start making my way down the stairs.
You going down the stairs?
Yeah, I assume you guys are following, but
Can I recognize the smell at all? Does it smell? Like...
No,
Okay.
it smells bad. Something about it smells rotten and rancid, but this is...
Well, let's find what it is and put it in our mouth, like we did with the weird honey.
Okay.
You did that. With the
Yeah,
weird
I think
honey.
that was just you.
that was just
Yeah.
So you guys are going down the stairs.
Uh-oh.
I'm just going to open up this
Uh-oh.
box of miniatures.
Uh-oh.
We can't really switch to the table cam, but that's okay.
From the ghost wood.
Yeah, this is just for you guys more
Look at
than
these miniatures.
anyone else.
I miss
yeah.
these.
Right?
So set up for me your order going down the stairs.
I would go behind Howl, I guess.
I'd come close behind.
Put it here on
Rose
this
then.
card that says
Okay.
by the stairs.
I'll take up the rear again.
Okay.
So
Heck
close.
yeah, we can cut to this.
Oh,
yeah.
look at that.
So I'm gonna organize it like this. So this would be the top of the stairs, and this is the bottom here
Okay.
on this card that says by the stairs. So you guys sort of start walking down the stairs, and you can definitely it feels warmer down here, like cradled by the earth, and the air feels wet, and you can hear like buzzing insects, and the scent just gets worse and worse. And you walk down here and immediately see like just bones and like just rotten meat of indeterminate origin sprayed around. What you see most of all, though, is over in the corner at the far end of this basement, which probably is about like 20 by 30 the whole time. It's been dug out fairly large. Nancy is on her knees over by this large, almost the same size as a cow, what looks like a huge misshapen human infant. And there is this, it has gigantic watery eyes and some sort of like weird orange like phlegm is just oozing down from its mouth and spattering onto its grossly distended stomach. And she is taking a boot and putting it on the ground right next to the infant and just whispering soothing things to it, and you recognize it as one of Ferret's boots. Everyone make a guts roll for me, please.
Oh yeah.
And this is gonna be at a -3.
Wow.
So modify that
actually
by
a
your
minus
grit.
one.
Yeah, well, not for everybody, because he has more grit than you guys, but add your grit to it.
Way grittier.
Mr. Grit here.
A minus.
Ooh,
One.
aced it.
It's a -3 plus whatever your grit is.
Aced again.
Nice.
All right, so
Reroll.
I got a 4.
I'm gonna reroll mine.
Okay, wait, hold on, before everyone re-rolls.
16.
You got a 4. Okay, that is a success.
20 minus 3.
You're great. You guys are re-rolling? What did you guys roll?
This looks
I rolled
perfectly
a
normal.
4.
You rolled a
So
4?
-2. What?
Plus,
That's a 2.
so you have 1 point of grit?
Yeah.
You should have 2 points of grit, because
Oh.
you're seasoned.
Oh, well, then that's messed up on my sheet.
So that's still a failure, though. So
Right.
you're gonna need to re-roll. And what did you roll?
I rolled a 4 minus 2 plus, minus 3 plus 2. So
Okay, yeah.
When I see Rose like reacting to everything, I like put a hand on her shoulder and I'm just like,
It's all right, Rose, and I will give you a fate chip.
Oh, using common bond. Okay, so you're gonna use that to re-roll.
Yes,
okay.
I will.
And then you're gonna.
I'm gonna Spanish gold.
All right, I will take that.
Gonna work. It worked. Wait, did it work? No,
No.
it didn't work.
Wait, you're at effectively a minus.
I'm at a
One.
-1. Yeah.
So that is a
So it
success.
did work, yes.
No,
All
it
right,
did
you're
not
right.
work.
That's a failure for Howl.
I only got 2 left. Wait,
Use
this
those,
is
use
all
those.
table. Oh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
forgot
those
about.
stick around.
or use it because these persist throughout.
Those persist, but
Yeah, but. No.
That's an ace.
There it is. That's what I needed.
Nice.
So 7. So 5.
Okay, so all of your you don't fully understand what you're seeing. It looks like a giant, like just lumpy, messed up human baby, but it is impossibly big and just foul looking. And you're able to control yourself, but not so much that you aren't taken a bit aback. And Nancy whirls when she hears that, and says, "You weren't supposed to see this. Okay, now you have to understand. You have to understand. He's my child, okay? And he's just hungry. He's just so hungry all the time. And your friend was poking his nose in places he shouldn't have been. All right. Well, now we moved out here. We're here by ourselves. You can't." And then you hear the click of a shotgun behind you guys, and you see Ainsley on the stairs behind you with his shotgun leveled down, and he is just like white-knuckled, his grip on it. And he says, "Now, folks, none of this had to work out this way. Now, you'll pardon my saying, but none of you seemed overly fond of that gentleman, and as my wife said, he was poking his nose around where it didn't belong, so you could have just left in the morning. But now it's come to this.
you're making a mistake pointing that at us.
We'll see, miss." And he cocks it again and points it at you guys. We are in combat.
All right.
So, we have by the stairs, the middle of the floor, and in the corner. All right, so I don't have miniatures for these guys out because I wasn't sure what was going to happen here. So this is going to be the giant misshapen infant. This will be,
If we'd all just gone to sleep and left in the morning, this
Right.
would have been the least
and
eventful.
there we go. All right, let's deal some cards.
No,
And apologies, everyone, we might go a tad bit long. Because a deadly promotion was unlocked earlier by chat. So
that mean-
one of these has been promoted from an extra
Oh, no.
to a wild card.
Oh!
So thank you, mysterious strangers. James Bogue,
Wow, card.
King of Hearts.
the Deadlands.
Hal Melton, King of Clubs.
Ooh, King Boys.
7 of Clubs for Gabriel
Boys.
Pryor.
King Boys.
2 of Diamonds
Ooh, wait,
for
what is?
Rosaline.
This is what I was just trying to look at. My card sharp. Does it do anything for me?
No, not here. And then for Ainsley, a Queen of Spades. For Nancy,
Maybe it'll look
an
up
8
the
of
index.
Clubs. And for whatever that is,
God.
an 8 of Spades.
Page 40.
Thank you.
And let me go ahead and draw 2 fate chips for it. All right,
Is that the wild card?
that is.
All right.
The
You're
big
playing
baby.
whatever the weird child is. Payback. So your attacks and damage against it are made at a +2 for the duration of the scene. Excellent use of this card, James Bogue.
Get revenge on that fucking baby.
Yeah, that baby woke me up.
What
Prevented me
a
from
jerk, baby. Yes.
All right. So up first is James Bogue.
Today on Wildcards, the gang kills a baby.
Or a baby kills the gang.
We haven't done well against cute things in the past.
No, we have not.
Cute.
So I was behind, so he's got the shotgun to me, right? Mm-hmm. So
And he is a careful distance away from. He's basically got just a little. He's a little bit down onto the stairs.
I'm going to turn around with the gun and just be like, "Mister, let's both lower these weapons. This is not a confrontation you want to have. We can work this out without any violence."
Okay. What are you trying to use a skill here?
Let me add a little bit more flavor on that.
Okay. Put some stank on it.
Let's taste it. Let's taste it.
I'm trying to think of something intimidating. I'm not an intimidating figure in real life, so I'm trying to think of something.
But James Bogue is super intimidating.
Yeah, he's soup's intimidating.
So I feel like you could say everything you just said with threatening undertones. I mean, telling him that this isn't anything that he wants to get into with the patented James Bogue steely glare and a carefully timed cock of the trigger of your gun.
So I'm going to
If
take.
it makes you feel better, we're all afraid of you. I'm gonna play off of the guts roll that I just like nothing fazed me.
Yeah.
And just be like, everything that I had said, and just be like, put the shotgun down.
Okay. Are you intending on making any other actions this round?
No.
Okay, then make your intimidation roll. And because you rolled so exceptionally well on your guts roll, I will give you a +2 to this. You are prepossessed and in control of yourself here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, ace, baby!
So let's see. That's a 10. Plus, I have a +2 to intimidation because I'm strong-willed, and then another +2 which you gave me. So that's a 14.
14. Okay. He rolled a 4.
No aces today.
But I'll
It's
use
not
a piece
ace
of
today.
cursed Spanish gold.
Sure.
Wait, is this
Yeah. Here we go. Here we go.
it's
Here we go.
Ainsley.
No, it's fine.
Ah, there it is.
Okay, so that's an ace.
There we go.
That's an
That's
ace.
But it's okay.
That's 2 aces.
Another
That's
ace.
two aces.
Double ace.
That's how it goes.
And a 1.
It's a 13.
13.
That is still less.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter that I aced
It
twice.
does matter
It does
for
matter.
science.
It does matter actually
we should
because
be up to 16 aces.
your the
hat on
steeliness
low.
of your words and the clarity of your purpose definitely breaks through whatever desperation he's feeling. And you see a sheen of sweat pop out on his brow, but he is not shaken. You will get a, I believe, a +2 against your next action against him.
Okay.
Where I don't know where my tests of will are. I think that's how it works. I'll check.
I might have it.
Because nobody uses tests of will.
I used as a will.
You do sometimes.
Is it on here?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so actually.
Yeah, it is on there.
It is? Oh, intimidating. It's a +2 for next action
Yeah,
against opponent.
your next action against him.
Raise.
You didn't get a raise.
I didn't. Oh, because he got a 13.
He got a 13.
Right.
All right, so hand in your card, James Bogue. All right, next up is Hal Melton.
So I see Bogue probably do that, and I assume that man won't shoot him?
You can tell that he seems to have been affected by what James said, but you're unsure of what's going to react. Everything is happening all
Okay.
at once.
Does Nancy have a weapon?
Not that you can see. I'm going to try something a little bit weird here. I'm going to layer some music. So tell me what you're doing, Hal.
I think I'm going to run at Ainsley and try to grab the shotgun.
You're going to run at so past everyone else on the stairs.
Yes.
That's not going to be super easy for you. I'm probably going to give you a penalty to your
Pace?
you're trying to grab the shotgun, so that's going to be a penalty
Well-
to your agility to try and grab it from him.
Okay. I guess maybe I'll just try to fight him then?
Okay, so you just want to run up and just clock him?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I will give you a. So these stairs are pretty narrow, but I'm sure your intention is very clear from what everyone is doing. But it's still going to be a little bit awkward for you to run up past them, especially James, who is in the rear and is not facing you.
What if I was spurred on?
I like how I'm all. We're not going to get into any conflict. Okay.
Yes, if you were, I'll tell you what. If you spend this card, you double pace for one round. I'll say that this just gives you a burst of a quick, almost supernatural burst of agility that allows you to just slide up the stairs into
Okay.
range. Yes.
Cool.
I just realized I forgot to take my fatigue into account when I was doing my guts roll and stuff. I gotta do
It's
better.
okay.
Do better.
All right.
Everybody forgot.
So you are running up the stairs,
I don't know.
and you're gonna clock him. Make a roll.
That is a 9.
A 9.
Yes.
Okay, that is definitely going to clear his parry, but not with a raise. So roll damage.
Okay. That is D8 plus a D4 plus 2.
Oh, you do so much damage with your fists.
Wow.
So much damage. So that is 12.
12.
Wow.
Okay.
Dead.
That
Straight up
is-
kill him.
Yeah, that is a success with a raise. So I'm gonna have.
I
him
do not intend to kill him.
No,
but-
no, I know. Don't
Okay,
worry.
cool.
I'm gonna have him try and soak that though.
Okay.
And I will spend a piece of cursed Spanish gold to re-roll that because that's a failure. So he will soak the wound.
Okay.
But you come up and just the swift fluidity with which you turn and just race up the stairs, combined with what James Bogue just told him, has him stagger back some. Luckily, in time to miss your swift uppercut because he's suddenly not there, but he is definitely caught off guard by how adept you guys are.
Okay.
Hand in your card.
Okie dokie.
All right. She pulls a knife from out behind her skirt. She says, "Now, all of you just stay back from my Claude, okay? Now he's just hungry is all. See, look at him." And you see that the weird baby thing just has like its misshapen arms out, and it's just sort of clutching like that, and it's starting to cry this sort of like weird, inhuman infant cry, and it's clutching in the air in front of it. She says, "See, he's just hungry is all. He's just hungry." And she's just gonna hold her action. All right, next up is, what do you have?
I have 7.
All right, they're up next. Spades before clubs. So the infant is crying in louder and louder tones and clutching, and she's backing up right in front of it, and suddenly it grabs her. And she says, no, Claude, baby, no, it's mommy. I know you're hungry, Claude. And he just pulls her and keeps crying, and you see its mouth just sort of like open up in a jellyish kind of way. And she screams as you just see her being folded up inside of its mouth. And you see her feet just sort of disappear down, and you see its stomach just continue to just bloat out as you can hear her gurgling wet cries being pulled down its maw. And you hear Ainsley just cry out from the top of the stairs, "Nancy, no!" And that's its turn. It's Ainsley's turn. He's shaken. And he is going to try and unshake. He fails. I'm gonna spend a piece of cursed Spanish gold to re-roll that. That's still a failure. He still, just all of you standing there suddenly just shocked with what you saw. He goes stumbling down the stairs into the middle of the floor and just looks at the shape, the moving shape inside of this thing's stomach that he knows to be his wife. And he just kind of drops to his knees with his gun, and he just seems broken. He's just sort of like whispering to himself in the middle of the floor. Gabe.
Gabe is going to, he has the word out and he goes up to, he's like, "Ainsley, that thing is not a child. It's a monster. We may be able to save your..." Okay, I'm not going to say this if it seems super fucking obvious that it's not true. Does it seem like there's any chance to save her if we were to...
She got folded up in a way that a human body should not be.
Okay, it's not like we saw her go whole.
No.
She's soup's dead.
Yeah.
Ainsley, that thing is a monster. We have to destroy it.
Are you trying to make a roll of any kind, or are you just saying that to him?
Well... Okay, so did he unshake?
No.
All right,
No.
then there's no real need to use a test of will's persuasion against him.
Not test of will's persuasion, no. But if you want to persuade him of what you're saying, even though you don't ordinarily do that in combat, I'll allow you to make a persuade roll in this situation.
Okay, yes. I think I will just try and persuade him
Do
that
it.
this thing needs to die.
Do
It's
it.
already taken your wife. It will devour the rest of us. That's a 7.
I'm sorry?
That was my persuade noise.
Okay.
It does that every time he persuades.
Have you not heard that before?
You should pay more
Guess
attention.
not.
Plus
That's
4?
a 7 plus. Well, I can't use Snake Oil Salesman in
Right.
combat.
Right.
So that's 9.
9, just a 9. Okay.
Just a 9.
Yep, he rolled a 1. You see, and you just see him sitting there on the floor, and you see him just stop at your words, and he looks up at this thing, and already you can see its features are starting to sort of like run on its face, and its body seems to be just sort of like distending in strange ways, almost like it's some sort of like gelatinous substance that it's made up of. And you see that just orange fluid continue to just run out of its mouth as it sort of turns towards you and keeps crying and keeps reaching out with its stretched hands. But Ainsley seems to have heard you.
Okay.
He just kind of looks up at it with the gun in his lap, and he just stares it down.
Just one normal day with you guys is all
Rosaline?
I want. Just one normal day.
I tried to go to sleep. Hal, I tried to go to sleep. You were like, we should go
I didn't go to
investigate.
sleep too.
Yeah, this is kind of on you.
Oh, I know. I know.
Man, I don't even know where to begin here. I mean, I feel like I need to kill this baby.
Oh, quote it.
Okay, so he's there, I'm here. Like, how much space is there around this guy?
Around Ainsley?
Yeah.
A fair amount. This is a large, fairly large basement that's been dug, so you can move around him with ease.
Here's what I want to do.
Okay.
I want to go up to him. Tell me how much I can do here.
Okay.
And then I'll decide what I'm actually going to do. I want to be able to go up to him and say, you shouldn't watch this, and see if I can get him to turn around so I can 54 card pick up this baby.
Oh, God. Shred the...
Snap his neck.
But I'm trying to hide it.
I will say the kindest thing you can probably do. He doesn't seem like he's taking in too much from around him. His focus seems tunnel visioned on this thing that just ate his wife in the corner of the basement. So I would say you could walk up to him and just turn his head or put a hand in front of his eyes as you cast.
Yes, that's what I want.
No. Don't look.
Let it happen.
All right, so that's what you're gonna do? Okay, so you're gonna move out into the middle of the floor, and you're just going to I'm guessing somewhat gently, just try and avert his gaze. Are you casting or are you dealing?
I'll cast.
Okay, so spend your points and make your roll.
She actually did that to the baby and 52 card pick up him instead.
We're on the baby.
Don't look, baby.
I did it backwards.
Whoops.
Oop, oh well. Problem solved.
What do I know?
Got to save the
Spellcasting.
Right, I know. I was just saying what my...
All right, 54 card pickup. Here it comes.
Here it is.
Oh, there's an ace.
Whoa!
Again!
Yo, these new wild die.
Pretty good.
What was that, 9?
Never
15.
want
Shit,
D8s
yeah.
against
So that is a success with a raise, which we established with 54 card pickup adds a d6 to your damage.
Yes.
So
my damage
you
is-
just, with a sort of serene grace, you turn his head to the side, and your hand of cards just springs to life in your palm, and you just lower it down, and just a whirlwind of these green and black cards go striking out towards this thing.
Wow.
Whoa.
2 ones.
10.
10.
I feel like I could have done better there, but
Definitely could have done
it's a
that.
baby, and I felt weird about it.
I get it.
The cards go
It's hard to murder babies.
spiraling and slicing out, and you see it just cut through his flesh fairly easily, but you can't tell how much damage they're actually doing. He seems so soft in some way, like he just doesn't have much like firmness to him, like he's just sort of collapsing into the floor, and it does seem to be affected by it. You have shaken it.
Oh, God.
That's as good as dead, really.
Hand in your card, Rosaline.
Well, our job's done here.
Let's just go back to the house.
Let's go home.
All
It
right,
doesn't look like it can move.
James
so-
Bogue.
Yeah. I don't want that one.
Okay. No 4 of hearts for James Bogue. 2 of spades? No. You're a discerning gentleman. 7 of hearts? You'll
guess
have to
so.
take it. Howl?
Not if I took my greased lightning, though.
10 of clubs.
Was that it?
8 or
5 of hearts.
has to be 8 or higher.
Damn.
Jack of diamonds.
Okay,
Or actually has to be 9.
I'll take it.
This is for Ainsley. And this is for Claude.
7 of
4 of
spades
clubs
and
for Claude.
4 clubs.
All right. So Rosaline, you're up first.
Oh, my. Okay.
Do it again.
Right? I kind of feel like that's my option. Is to do it
You
again.
see it continue to just sort of like melt down until it almost starts to resemble more of like a puddle of ooze with weirdly placed human features spread through it as it kind of starts sloshing across the floor to you with its arms still outreached and grabbing as it cries out its weird baby's cry.
Just a threat assessment question.
Yeah.
Would you say it is probable that this is a supernatural creature of some sort?
I would say so, yes.
All right.
However, I have never had a child.
This could be completely normal.
This might be normal.
That we
Rosalie,
I will throw more cards at it.
you're casting again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, spend your points and make your roll. That is not a success.
I want to re-roll
Oh, that's a
that
poopy roll.
With a piece of
Horrible.
cursed Spanish
Yeah,
gold.
that was
Okay.
what, like a 3?
That was a 3.
There we go.
That is a 9.
That is a 9.
However, which one is your spellcasting die?
That one.
Okay, good, because you rolled a 1 on
Yeah.
your wild die. All right, a 9 is a success with a race. Add a d6 to your
Huzzah!
damage.
Nice. All right, so this
2d10.
time,
This time will be better.
much better.
Yeah.
19.
Yeah.
Woo.
Oh, please, like. damage
Okay,
this thing.
I am going to spend one of its fate chips to unshake, and then it is going to become shaken and take 2 wounds.
Ooh.
Okay.
I feel a little bit better about that one.
So as it starts to spread towards you and lose that semblance of like infant look to it, large and unnatural as it may be, you lose the reservation that you have, and you realize you are not dealing with a human child that needs to be protected, at least not one that you're familiar with, and you cast again, but this time with more intent and purpose, and your cards go flying out and slice through its outstretched arms, and you see bits of it just start falling down. You see that orange fluid just running all over its misshapen form as it continues to crawl towards
But
you.
I'm going to take a couple of steps back after
Okay,
that.
back by the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay, hand in your card. Howell, you're up next.
Okay, did you say there was torches on the wall? or-
There's a couple lanterns down here.
Oh, lanterns.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get to Ainsley and kind of like reach for a shotgun and see if he lets me take it from him.
Yeah, I think you would. That's what
Okay.
I was gonna do.
Oh, and I'm gonna fire at the baby.
Okay, so you reach down and take the shotgun, and as it continues to just kind of sweep towards you, you're going to take a shot.
Yes.
You are in close range, so make a shooting roll at a +2 because it is a shotgun.
Yeah. So this is my shooting is D8, and this great. Ooh, that is terrible.
That's really bad.
Oh,
1 and a 2.
I'm gonna reroll with this.
Do that.
One on my shooting die.
Oh wait, hold on. It is a +2,
It's a 4.
Oh, that's true. It is a 4.
so that is a 4.
It does hit.
So that would
If you
hit.
have a +2, yeah.
Hooray!
Forgot about that +2.
But also one on my shooting die. Does that matter?
It only matters if you miss with a 1 on your shooting
Okay.
roll.
Cool.
So here, you take that back.
Okie dokie.
That is a hit. Now you can re-roll it to try and get a better roll to do more damage.
Actually, yeah, I will because
All right.
I can't. If I can't miss on a 1.
Re-roll. Well, you can miss on a 1. You can't miss on a 2.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So that's an 8.
That is a hit with a raise, so you will do an extra d6 damage. So roll
Perfect.
4d6,
Done.
because
Woo!
shotguns are ridiculous.
Broken.
They broke.
Thank you.
That is
Oh my
that is
Holy crap!
for you aced on every single d6.
All 4 of those D6 aced it.
We got like your ace powers today.
Okay,
Or at least you guys
so that's
do.
24. Roll again
Holy shit.
on every single one.
Holy shit.
Do I get a
Wait.
fate chip for that?
Do you
Oh
get a
my
fate
god,
chip
yes,
for
take
it?
a fucking picture of
Yeah,
that.
sure. Get a fate
Oh
chip.
my
Wait,
God.
hold on. Do you want a fate chip for it? Because you could draw the legend chip. From a purely
Oh,
metagame
that
point of
could
view,
also-
this
Yeah,
would be the worst time to
A
do
bad
that.
time to draw the
I
legend chip
actually
and
would
then take it
feel
out
like
of the
I
pile.
would be not rewarding you if I did that for you right now.
Holy cow.
So instead, let's all just take a moment of silence to recognize that's a lot of damage.
Good go.
And roll your aces.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh my god.
There's another ace, so hold on.
another.
So that's 30, 34, 36, 38, 43.
This baby might.
43 damage
Probably fine.
with a single roll.
Oh, I miss shotguns.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna soak it.
I think you've gotta, right?
Yeah.
43 damage. I'm gonna spend its last fate point. I just am curious just to see what happens.
If he soaks this, he deserves
Because
it.
it's a wild card now.
You sure this was my one?
Oh my god.
You probably want mine at this point.
Yeah.
Ooh, that
Okay.
11.
So I got, you know what?
That was close.
I'll spend this piece of cursed Spanish gold. Well, I won't spend that one. That's him right now. I'll spend that one and re-roll this. Okay, I got an 11.
Oh.
So that's a success with a raise. So I soak 2 of those wounds.
How many wounds are there?
A lot.
Well, you already had 2.
Someone do that math.
So here's what happens.
That was like 7.
It continues
That was
to
7 raise. That
just
was 7 wounds.
ooze and burble across the floor, just crying its like perverse infant cry and clutching with his hands. And you stand there, Howl, just in front of Ainsley, with everyone just kind of at the ready behind you, with the shotgun ready. And it gets closer and closer as it's coming towards you, and you can feel Ainsley trembling down by your legs. But still you stand there, steadily facing it, until it gets close, right in front of you, right where it could reach out to grab you with its arms, and it sort of swells and surges up, and you see its mouth just kind of open wide in front of you. And you take the shotgun, and you fire directly into its open maw. And from that closer range, you just blow the thing up. And this weird gelatinous flesh just goes flying all over the wall, spatters on the ceiling of the basement. This orange goo just starts rippling out from it as it sort of just collapses into a fleshy pile in the middle of the floor. Everyone turn in your cards.
Good night, sweet child.
Oh my.
That ain't no.
Also, everyone make a vigor roll, except for Howl.
Oh god.
That felt great.
Ooh. Any modifier?
Your fatigue.
Well, I mean, any other?
Are we rolling? No.
All right. I'm going to.
I'm gonna lose these anyway.
Okay.
I want to reroll that.
With this?
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a straight up reroll.
Okay.
Back on my game there. So that's a 5, 6, 7 minus 2, so that's a 5.
I'm
Okay.
gonna add a d6.
Okay.
So I have a
This is a vigor roll. Yeah.
there. I did it. I got a minus. I'm at -1. I had a 3, so I got 6.
Okay. So all of you guys are able to just step back and not get covered in this gross spray, and you're able to just keep it together and try as hard as you can to not think about what it is that you just saw. And Ainsley just sits there on the ground and just stares at whatever this pile of flesh is. He took Nancy.
Ainsley.
He was a happy birth. We were excited to have another member of the family, and Dolores was happy to have a baby brother. But he was just always so hungry. Seemed like nothing we gave him was ever enough, and he just kept growing bigger. So we moved him out here. The cold didn't seem to bother him none. And, we feed him just a little bit at first. And then more and more. And then Nancy, she had such a big heart, so she just wanted to keep it. She wanted to keep him happy. So we went without, so that he'd be healthy. And then we left. I was out here with Dolores just for a little bit. Just went upstairs to grab something. I don't even remember what. And I came back and she was gone. But Nancy she loved him all the fiercer for it, even though I could barely stand to be out here. And well, now here we are.
Ainsley, whatever that was, that wasn't a child. You've lost enough to it. Leave with us. Well, you've got to get out of here.
Just, I know that weren't no child, but he's still ours. And he just gingerly just reaches out and takes the shotgun and just puts it down on the ground next to him. We had to feed him a few of the horses, but I kept one away from the barn. I built a shed out behind the house. It's just to protect it from the cold. Just you can get it yoked up. There's a sled upstairs in the barn. Just give me a moment down here. I've just give me a moment to say goodbye to Nancy.
All right, we'll wait for you upstairs in the shed.
And he just kind of nods and just stares at the floor.
I want to put a hand on his shoulder and just say, Ainsley, things are never as final as they seem.
He just goes back to staring. He doesn't say anything.
All right.
As we walk out, I'm going to say to whoever's near me, probably Gabe, should we leave him with that shotgun?
I think we gotta let him do whatever it is that he needs to do.
I suppose so.
I'll go get the horse.
Okay, so you walk around to the back of the house, and just as he said, you couldn't see it out from the window because it's built up against the back, but covered in snowdrift, there is kind of like a thin, hastily assembled stable. And there is not a super healthy looking horse in there, but a lively looking one who's kind of covered in a riding blanket and offered some bit of warmth out here. There's the bridle on the wall in here as well.
I'm gonna go get that sled if I can.
Yeah, that big wooden shape up there, looking at it now, it actually does look like a sled that could be yoked up to a horse.
Yeah,
it looks like maybe a few adults could sit on it comfortably.
Okay.
I mean, weather-wise, does it seem like a good time to head out right now?
The middle of the night?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The storm is starting to die down, and it's actually starting to get pretty early at this point. Mm-hmm. So the sun should be up in an hour or so, but the storm does seem to be receding. So you feel like it might be all right to travel here in a little bit. So you guys get the horse bridled up and kind of get it yoked to the sled, and you hear a slamming of the trap door from behind you in the barn, and a couple moments later you hear the shotgun go off down in the basement.
We pause, or I pause for a moment of this kind of quiet contemplation of it.
I knew he was going to do that.
Yes.
I think we all knew.
He was already dead.
I think you're right, James. All we can do is move forward. We have the Baron to find, don't we?
That we do. Make sure that if there's any provisions or anything left out here in the barn, nothing.
I vaguely assume
provision-wise.
that they probably fed them.
Well, it's
the
like
baby.
horse-wise.
However, you do see over in the corner the pot of
the hot ham water.
the broth that was made, and though it's cold now, it does seem like there is still some broth in there.
Yeah, we should bring that along.
We might go back to the house and get like some blankets or I don't know.
Get those pelts.
Yeah,
Oh,
any
yeah,
of that kind of
absolutely,
stuff.
yeah.
Get the pelts
The
and,
box.
and set yourself up. The box,
Yeah,
yes.
toss that in the back.
There's not much else left in the house, but you take the things that you brought with you and anything else you can that would give you some warmth. And you guys set yourself up on the sled and you head out back towards Denver. It'll take you a couple days to make it there, but you guys have enough warmth and the weather breaks for you, so you make it back with relative ease.
We brought the box and stuff with us, right?
Yes, yes, you guys have that.
Oh,
Crap, we gotta go back. Gotta go back.
And you leave this lone farmhouse behind you and make it back into town. Although there's a bit of a pall cast over your entire trip back. You all split up and go back to your various residences, wherever you're living in town. You two are staying at the Brown Palace Hotel, the newest and most luxurious building in Denver, a 10-story affair, triangular hotel built with red granite and sandstone. It is very expensive. It's $10 a night to stay here, and that is before expenses. But this is the height of frontier luxury. Where are you staying, Hal?
Probably at the cheapest like hotel I can find, I would imagine.
All right, so you're staying in a flop house.
Yeah.
But probably not the same one as James. So what is the name of the place that you were staying in, Hal?
Rusty Sal's.
The Rusty Sal's?
Yeah.
Ah, I love it.
Yep.
Rusty Sal's. It
Rusty
is.
Sal is he's an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
It is just as flea-ridden as it sounds. James Bogue, where are you staying?
I'm staying at. I'm in. I think it's Tri-Corner. It's the where three neighborhoods basically are sort of downtown, but
Did someone do some Denver research?
yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
I've been to Denver before.
What? Rusty Sal's a real place. It's a real place.
Yeah,
I did research too.
You guys.
I did research.
You guys. So you're staying in the Tri-Corner
Guys,
area.
Denver
Yeah.
is a fictional place.
Denver's not real.
Sorry, Sean Graham. Anyway, not a nice place. It's
Also a bit of a flop house.
a bit of a flop house.
What's the name of the place you're staying in?
Rusty Sal's 2, but it's TOO.
No, don't do that. Don't copy me.
Sure, he's got a franchise.
No, it's the Longmire.
The Longmire. Okay. You
Cowboy.
ride into the Tri-Corner area of town, and you walk up to the Longmire, and
Someone
you
in chat's probably freaking out right now. It's not called Tri-Corner.
you see a looks like a little 10-year-old girl with dark hair and kind of intense gray eyes, and she's just sort of watching people go by on the street. But when you come up, you notice she kind of seems to look twice at you. She kind of narrows her eyes. And then as you walk up to the front door, she kind of gets up and walks over in front of you and she says, are you James Bogue by chance?
Who's asking?
Oh, my name's Claire. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, da. And that's where we'll end.
Oh, wow.
That is the end of Wildcards tonight.
Whoa!
So thank you guys so much for joining us and sticking with us. I thank you so much for tipping. You guys unlocked a crazy amount of stuff
Makes you think
that all came into play here.
All came back.
Claire,
All for a goof.
Claire is a Patreon NPC created by Dallas K.
Dallas
So
K.
we'll see a little bit more from Claire next week. But thank you guys
Will
very
we?
much for tuning in for
Shoot her
Wildcards.
immediately.
One more time, because you guys deserve it. Let's go around. If anybody has anything that they're doing that they want to promote here on Saving Throw or elsewhere, tell people your name. Tell them where they can find you on Twitter. Tell them what you're doing.
Me? Hey, Dom Zook. I'm at Zook on Twitter. And come watch Tempting Fate this Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific. And
They'll be playing Muscles and Miracles.
Muscles and Miracles, which is a high fantasy D&D-esque skin of lasers and feelings. And yeah, just check out our YouTube. We've got lots of cool videos there. Jordan and Jordan did a dice review video. If you have not watched that, definitely give it a watch. It's a lot of
very
fun.
serious.
Megan shows up.
It's super serious.
It's very serious.
See if you can find me.
But yeah, just check out our YouTube. Check out our Patreon. We have lots of cool rewards. The Patreon NPC, $25 and up,
Yes.
can add an NPC into games, including here at Wildcards. So thank you, Dallas, for that. Should have a lot of fun.
Yeah. Gruff?
Hi guys, you can catch me on Twitter at DoubleGXG and pretty much every other social media website on that. And also you can catch me on this is Wildcards.
This is welcome.
Iron Keep
You're
Chronicles.
so used to this.
Yeah, I know. On Iron Keep Chronicles, Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., which Megan also plays in. It's a D&D 5th edition game, and we are doing Expedition to the Barrier Peaks. And it is wild. There's exploding goats.
So tune in for that.
Eyeball insects. Anyway,
Right.
oh, hi, yes, I am Meghan Caves. You can find me on Twitter at Meghan Caves. It's spelled MEGHANCAVES. And I'm BatCave63 everywhere else, I think, Instagram, Twitch. Anyway, yes, you can find me on Iron Keep. And also, Jordan and Gaurav and I have a podcast in which we talk about GM and RPG things. And you can find us on Twitter at EXP Pointers Pod. And the name of our podcast is Experience Pointers. And it comes out every Tuesday. It comes out a week early, or I'm sorry, it comes out every other Tuesday. Comes out a week early for Patreon backers here at Saving Throw Show, $10 and up.
Yep. Jordan?
Hi, I'm Jordan Pridgeon. You can find me on Twitter at Jordan Pigeon. You can also check out that dice review and other Saving Throw Show stuff. And check out the podcast I'm part of, This American Lie. It's on Facebook and iTunes and other places podcasts are sold.
Because podcasts are not
face to
free
make
anymore. Thanks a lot, Obama. My name is Jordan Caves-callarman. I am here every Friday night running Wildcards. This is what I love to do, and I'm very glad that you guys are here to share this with us. If you liked any of the sounds that I used tonight, those are courtesy of Plate Mail Games. That is Wes Otis's company. He makes role-playing game background loops for your tabletop games, and they are great. So check that out.
He has a
Plate Mail Games.
million of them.
Yeah, he's got so many. He's got a sound for every occasion. Maybe not for goo babies like that, but other goo babies
Other
for
goo
Black Bag.
babies, yeah.
Yes, he
Black
does.
Bag goo babies.
So thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for your tips. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for spreading the word.
We're on Twitter.
And yes, all of our characters have Twitter accounts. I am at wildcards_GM. Dom is at wildcards_Dom. Gaurav is at wildcards_GXG. Megan is at wildcards_Meg. And Jordan is at wildcards_JP. Those are our character accounts. We do some role play in between sessions on Twitter, so check those out.
Extra flavor.
Yeah. And thank you so much, guys, for being here. We appreciate you.
yes.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
We leave you with finger guns.